Welcome to Legends on Paper.
And they can do the mock
I
arena.
am Rabbit Hunter, and tonight we have with us in our game, returning to the Secret of Bone Hill, the module by Leonard Lukofka back from the 80s, that I have converted to 5e and modified somewhat extensively at this point. But a fun module that has potential of just absolutely wrecking our players. And our players tonight, of course, Uncle Mike, and also Mike, and then we have Camille, and Matt.
I don't want to do anything. Mike made fun of my choice last time.
I did.
Last session, our group found their way out of the zombie mill, and dealing with the wraith, the fire and the turmoil and the smoke, and managed to get a long rest. Then into the clutches of a gelatinous cube as they continued to explore the caverns underneath Bone Hill. Until toward the end of the session, Figaro had sent his magpie, in through a
Well, you said
small
it was a crow
opening
last time.
leading into a small cavern
You just raped his ass.
where it seemed to, with a flash of light, get into some sort of violent scuffle with a similar creature to itself. With an explosion of feathers, the fake creature disappears from Figaro's consciousness. And they managed to get a short rest, but they also had to fight an animated statue, which destroyed their new friend, Leo, the skeleton that they had found chained up in the Wraith encounter. And twice destroyed now. Maybe gone forever, who knows what the situation with that guy is. But just a scattering of bones on the cavernous floor at this point. So we'll see what that means. And with that, he wants to take it tonight.
Camille's turn, I think.
Why not?
Let's play D&D!
Good job! Let's go! All right, so here we are, and let me get us on the map here. You completed your short rest some time ago, actually, and find yourselves in the cavern with a few different ways to go. There was the corridor where the statue still remains, that you took the crown from, or the helmet. There was the double doors back in the other chamber, and then another corridor leading out through a doorway to the north of you, and then that small chamber that Figaro's magpie got wrecked in. What do you guys want to do?
That we almost sent Pipley into first.
I mean, opportunity still stands.
It would have been ahead of a fist fight. Oh, shit.
What are you showing off there?
That was the
You're
mod.
like-
That's
the
the
module.
actual thing.
Yeah, it's the actual module.
Nice.
The original AD&D module. Anyway.
Is that a demon lady with in like a?
No, it was a wizardess or sorceress of
A red wizard.
fighting a skeleton.
You
in
can
front
see
of
why I
Bone
thought
Hill.
it was like a,
Okay,
like a sexy
strange
devil
question.
costume.
What's
Yeah.
on his crotch?
I don't know.
What is that?
What are
Is he
you
have a
looking
cup
at?
on, dude?
Probably.
Probably needs
Wouldn't
one
you?
fighting her.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No.
Oh my god, he does. It's a man getting electrocuted and he has a cup on.
I think it's the shadow over his lower part of his spinal cord.
All right.
We can debate that.
It's his Cossacks.
All right, what do you guys want to do? It's in your court.
We are supposed to explore every room, as I have clearly remembered from our previous brief.
Yes, we all scan our memory, and remember, we're supposed to scout every room and destroy anything that is hostile.
That's up to you.
That's our mission.
This remaining statue wasn't hostile, right? It stayed against the wall.
No.
Yeah, that's the one you guys pulled the helmet off of.
Yeah, we got the helmet and the gem off of that.
All right.
Polaris has that.
Polaris has that. I have the +2 shield.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
And
Well,
then I think it was like a ring or something. Like there was other
Did we
stuff,
go
but I
in this
didn't- we
little,
didn't, like, look at it.
There's a ring with a feather on it.
That you have in your haversack of
Yes.
holding.
I like hammer sack. That's
Ripley is
that's a
collecting
name.
rings.
Haversack, yeah.
That's not what I heard, but okay.
So,
All right. Well, in terms of open spaces, did we check this little divot where we were already sleeping?
yeah, I mean, it's just
Isn't that the
it's
room where the magpie went?
No,
No, that was where I would have had to crawl through
yes,
the hole.
exactly. You got it.
Um,
Yeah, it's just kind of an open space behind some debris, rubble, or rocky formations.
Do you have any AoE
Yeah.
shit?
um,
I don't know, 10 by 10?
nope. We're working on it.
I vote that we go into whatever room just killed Aces, that perfect little angel, and we kick its ass.
It's right in that hole.
Well, wait. Did we see what happened to Aces, or we just saw it fly in and then we heard noise and
Well,
it
the only one
didn't
that
come back
saw
out?
anything was Figaro, and all he could
Did you
describe
tell
is
us what we saw?
That room seems to make doppelgangers, so
Yeah.
people who go in. Aces is currently on a vacation in Bay Plain, I'll call him later. But,
Call him later.
I'll call him later, you know. I don't think anyone should go in there.
Well, I don't have direct AoE spells, but I could throw oil in wherever and set it on fire.
Actually, let me take a look at this.
Actually, I'm down for that.
In this room?
If I stand
not?
right here,
Well-
can you pass me a what's a
Did it come out of a mirror or a wall? Because fire won't do much to
well,
glass.
you do have your orbs of light inside.
Need some dice?
I
Your-
did
your-
send one in
your-
there.
Yeah.
That's true.
Was it a dancing light? Did you say?
Because we had the argument, yeah, I had it just go in and I raised it to the ceiling.
right, or where you presume? Yes. Okay.
Where
so,
I thought, yes, I
yeah,
raised
so
it.
yeah, as far as you could see, and so basically you got 5 feet of just really constricted space.
Okay.
That Pipley could walk through hunched.
Sure.
Anybody else would have to crawl, and then it opens up to a larger chamber, although not much larger.
I could go in there to look and you could just be ready to pull me back out.
I could blow the door.
Or that.
And then yeah, you got a door behind you, and then the double doors in the other room.
All right.
What door?
Oh, like the little crawl space, I could blow it open if we need to kill whatever's in there.
Well, there's a door right there.
No, I was talking about this thing.
How are you gonna blow it open?
I have a spell for that. Thunderwave.
That might cave it in. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing.
I mean, if we
There's
cave it
something-
in with whatever's in there.
All right.
Something in there is very hostile and duplicates.
Sure.
And honestly, if it duplicates me, I can't hit for shit, so it's probably for the best.
Well, here's the flip side to that
Yeah,
coin.
gotcha.
If it's a solid enough cavern that we're standing in, you're gonna waste a spell and not have it when we need it later. If it's light enough that your spell is gonna disrupt it, you might bring the ceiling down on us.
Also, can't that
How
be
high
heard
is the
from
ceiling?
very far away?
We have not been quiet.
All right. Sure.
How high is the ceiling?
In the cavern you're in right now.
Outside of the cab, like in the room.
This one was roughly 6.
No, that's not
This
where you
one
guys
was-
are standing.
Yeah.
It's actually about 15 feet high.
Oh, then I won't hit the ceiling.
Inside, you're not really sure, but it's certainly a smaller, in a smaller cavern. It's
Well, I have
far
a
more
question.
restricted.
I brought my light up and it's still illuminating down, right? So that means the ceiling is at least a minimum of.
A minimum of or a maximum of?
Fuck, you just killed my brain because I'm really stupid. It's at least 10 feet because
Or at most 10
that's
feet.
the radius. Please stop. That's the radius.
Think about it. If it's at least 10 feet,
No, I know.
that means it could be 100 feet. And then your light wouldn't show. So if you can see your light, it's at most 10 feet.
He's right.
He's always right.
most 10 feet tall, because that's the radius of my lights.
Yeah, it seems to be illuminating everything you can see from the perspective of outside the hole.
If there's something hostile in there, the chance of us getting rid of it is probably better than just leaving it there to deal with later and not complete the brief.
I agree.
I disagree. Whatever it is lives in that cave and eats things that go into the cave. Might be better to just leave it as is.
Our job is to clear this place.
What do you think, Pipley?
Well, I agree. Part of our job is to clear threats, and
No, rooms in the keep.
also in the ruins.
Clear every room in the keep.
Didn't we say it was also?
We were never even told these caverns existed.
I
Keep.
do think technically he's right that it said,
Oh, your notes
all the
said that you
rooms
just
in the
resent
keep.
said ruins as well.
well, the ruins, but the keep is the ruins. Well, no, that's true. You're right. He did say all the rooms in the ruins.
I was gonna say technically we're still in ruins. We're just
No, we're
underground.
in a cavern underground.
That's a
This
part
is
of
not
the.
ruins.
It's part of the keep.
All right. I don't know.
You guys voting to do it, go ahead. Me and fellas are gonna stand back away while you drop the ceiling on your heads.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna skedaddle backwards as fast as I can. This is
Okay, so
my
you're
fuck off
using
cube.
Thunderwave?
Thunderwave.
Okay, which has got a 15 feet.
15 foot cube.
Right, okay. And where,
I'm standing right at the entrance.
now, does Thunderwave allow you to place it at a range
it's
of
No,
your...
it
it-
emanates from you.
Surround-
It's
From
around
you.
me,
Okay,
15 foot
all right,
cube.
so-
It is my fuck off spell if I
Okay.
ever get cornered.
Yeah.
All right, so just keep in mind that the opening of this is much smaller than the even small cavern behind it.
Oh yeah, that is
So-
the point is also because the force of it pushes shit away from me.
Right,
So,
right.
once
So,
I can push
okay.
back.
So you're gonna go right to the edge then and try and...
Cast fuck off, yes.
Okay, got it.
And the ceiling is, you stated 15 feet, so
Right.
it should not be affected by this.
No, just the walls, the floor, and everything.
Not the floor beneath me. It's a 15
But
foot cube.
but here's what
okay,
I'm
cool.
I'm
Go for
saying
it.
that I don't think you're getting. Let's say
Absolutely.
that wall is the wall of the cavern, and that chair is the size of the hole.
Mm-hmm.
That wall goes up to that 15-foot ceiling. When you blow that out, it may very well just start a chain reaction. We're in a cave.
He's saying that wall could be a support.
I'm saying all of this could come down on our heads, and that would make me very unhappy,
Okay.
which is why I stepped back.
Okay, so is everybody in the position that they want to be for
We'll be up next
this
to Figaro.
grand
Don't be
event?
too next to. Be.
Behind, right? I wanna. No,
No,
that's Polaris.
Sorry, I was.
I'm right there.
How about like here?
What are you gonna do? Pull her out after?
I was gonna have a ready to action to try to grab Figaro if something falls on him.
Cool. If you want to be in range, you're gonna have to make it safe.
If I'm behind you?
Yeah, it's a 15 foot cube around me.
I thought it was a
Isn't
15
it
feet
a-
cube emanating
No.
from you.
Originating from the caster.
Yes, you're
it's a
the
cube.
center of a
I'm the
15
center.
foot
Cube around her. That's why it's like this and not a cone.
Okay. I was thinking the other spell.
Yeah.
You were thinking the Baldur's Gate version?
Maybe?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate version is a cone. Thunderwave in this game is a
Gotcha.
AoE.
Alright, then not too close. Never mind, I'll just stand back with Polaris then.
Cool.
We'll dig you out after.
And if I'm allowed to use my bonus action and movement, I get 60 feet away from this space. But I don't know if you'll let me do that.
Well, it's instantaneous, so
Yeah, but if you
it's
think about it
gonna
as a
the effect
turn,
is going to
yeah,
be
it's an
complete by the time you
bonus.
move away. But if you want to do that on your
If it counts as a turn to do that, then
well,
I'll do
it's as a
Otherwise-
bonus action.
Yeah.
You said bonus action, right? So to cast it would be your action, and then
Yeah.
your bonus action behind that. But you're still going to be
Yeah, I know. It's the just in case. So then
We'll dig you out. You're
Yeah.
fine.
what I would like to do is cast it, and if I have time, to book it back with the rest of the people.
all right. So I'll assume that you're casting it as it goes off in the space where you're standing. Then you're immediately moving away to where the rest of them are. And if assuming you time that correctly, you don't take it with you. And it goes off right in the middle of the whole group. No,
That'd be really funny.
it would.
Less than you think.
All right. So go ahead and
That might be the.
as your action,
You're right. Maybe.
You cast a spell. The thunderous boom echoes throughout the chamber, magnified by the tonnage of earth that you have around you, the rock, as it reverberates off, and immediately, you can see just from the sheer reverberation and the vibrations in the walls, rocks are falling here and there. Nothing tremendous, but immediately smaller, pieces from ceiling and wall. Of course, all of the main force is concentrated where you cast it. As it goes off and explodes in that small area, everybody needs to make a con save to start.
Can I roll damage first?
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
Everybody?
Minimum.
Everybody.
Why?
Minimum.
Minimum?
2.
Okay. It doesn't matter that you didn't do a lot of damage because everything that is not literally secured is going to be moving away.
Everything that's not secured is 10
So
foot back.
all of that stuff, all of the debris that was clogging that opening, it immediately goes woof, and goes shooting inside. The light disappears. You hear a shattering of like glass from inside as the rocks and stones ricochet inside. Some of it kept bursting back out, but not doing any, with any velocity that does any damage to any of you. Your ears are ringing, and anybody that rolled under a 12, modified 12, is deafened
12
from the sound.
Exactly, or under a 12?
Under a 12, so 11 and under.
Of course I did, because I rolled a 20 and then it rolled inside to roll a 2 instead.
Well, it was you.
I fall on my knees and my ears.
Actually, does the spell say anybody except you gets deafened?
Doesn't say anybody
The
gets.
deafening effect is Ravik deciding.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're in a cavern that's enclosed
Gotcha.
and not outside.
fair.
Yeah, so
Our
and-
ears pop.
The verbal component is fuck off, and it gets very loud.
the good news is you're able to complete your movement with your bonus action as you skedaddle back to the group, and as the dust begins to settle, and again, a lot of the rocks, stones, small stones that are falling and debris falling from the walls and ceiling are not so much from the force of the thunder wave, but just the vibration of this audible concussion that is so loud that it would extend out 300 feet in every direction if you guys were outside. But here, the vibrations are coming back and folding in on each other and so on and so forth and ripped off the walls. You're deafened. Did anybody fail?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
You did. You did. Okay. So
Did everyone fail?
No, I have.
Wait, did we roll for black outfit and other guy?
Oh no. Sure didn't. Pathos would have failed as well.
So did Fellows.
wow. So
The only
ears
one
ringing. You're
who
deafened for
failed.
4 rounds. So nothing permanent, but you're deafened for 4 rounds as everything begins to settle and the dust begins to settle. The opening is now large enough for anyone to walk through. It's still shorter than usual, so kind of stooped. And you can see that all the debris has been blown inside, and you see fragments of reflective glass just amongst the rocks and debris inside the small
It was a mirror.
container. Yeah, so we can go ahead and remove.
Probably for the best.
All right. Well, if it duplicates people, maybe we should send Fellows in first.
Why does anyone have to go in? The room is at this point exploded.
Well, we could check it for stuff.
What?
We could check it for stuff.
What?
Can none of you hear me?
It's true, actually.
I know. That's why I said it out loud.
I'm gonna go see what's in there, I say, no one else hearing me.
I hear you.
What?
I think there's blood coming out of my ears.
What? There's blood coming out of your ears.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
No, this
I'm
pretty
gonna
nice.
wait a few more seconds so you all pop your ears, and then we'll.
As the 24
Convert.
seconds finally expires.
You guys see there was blood coming out of my ears?
All right, fellas, go check it out.
Is any fellows in?
If it's gonna copy someone, I want it to copy him.
Okay.
I'm
5
not
hit
walking.
points.
Wait.
I'm not
If
walking
it should
in there.
copy anything, it should be me. You think
Yeah.
you can cast spells, or
You
it's just
can
gonna...
pull swords out of your eyes.
Okay, but do we think it would have my magical prowess, or just me
I got no
Like-
idea, and I don't want to find
Because
out.
if it's a naked me that throws fists at you, you got nothing to worry about.
It's one of my worst nightmares, actually.
It should be. That's my opinion. If you think, I mean, I agree with you otherwise,
Well,
but
I mean,
Why
fellas is just as.
I also don't think anyone has to go in there.
Well, there might be something. aside
Pathos,
from
why
the-
don't you leave your sword out here and walk in there? Your armor can defend you if anything attacks you. And with no sword, you can't attack us.
Well, I can attack with my fist. I'm incredibly strong, friend. Stronger than...
I've seen you.
Straight to 19. Stronger than you, but okay. Pathos will walk in, leaving his sword.
So it's difficult terrain as he walks in among the debris. And he doesn't have to go as he kind of
directly in
hunched, looks in. The light, I don't know, is there any effect on the light that would have been there that won't glow?
It went out.
Nope.
It would have been.
I mean, it would have went out because of time, but I could put another one in. But it doesn't have hit points.
Okay,
It doesn't
so
get
I mean, it's
affected
completely dark inside.
unless it's a dispel.
Who's got light at this point? Let's establish that.
The
Your lantern.
out there.
What's that?
Just a lantern.
My,
Just the
my,
lantern.
30-foot bright, 30-foot dim lantern.
Okay, yeah. So everything's still hazy around you from the dust that's settling. It'll probably be settling for some time. Everything's hazy around you. As he goes in, how's he going to see?
I put another
Figaro,
light.
friend, could
Another
you,
one? Okay,
Oh, he's-
all right. So Pipley
I can put another light in there.
casts another globule, whatever.
I like
globe in there.
globule.
Globule, let's do that.
Globule.
Illuminating just enough as he walks in and he sees the remains of what used to be an ornate, beautifully crafted frame that's now shattered in pieces, and a full-length mirror that was probably easily 3.5, 4 feet wide and 6 feet tall. The shattered remains of the glass, all of just scattered amongst the debris. Otherwise, empty.
All I see in here, friends, is a broken mirror.
All right.
No doppelganger is attacking me.
Well, that's
Excellent.
good.
Rest assured, I would have smote it.
Smote it under the light of your globule.
You might have done it.
By Pipley's lighted globule.
All right, so yeah,
the
so
bag
it looks
off.
like if it was a threat,
It's gone now.
doesn't seem so anymore.
Cool.
Okay.
Could you bring me back a piece of glass?
Of course.
The cursed glass?
Yes.
He'll grab a shard of the mirror carefully.
Thank you.
I imagine he's like gauntlets and gloves on.
Yeah,
so-
it's
Anything happen when he's holding it?
identical to any shard of mirror that you would pick up.
Thank you.
Although it's incredibly refined. I mean, it reflects very well.
This is nice
Is it
glass.
like a modern mirror where it's glass and then the back is like silvered, or is it like a silver or steel mirror?
It's probably made out of shell that's been enchanted to create that reflective smoothness. So it would be somewhat equivalent to a highly polished, mirror.
I wrap it in a piece of cloth.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally hundreds of shards, so
One is fine.
you can easily find whatever size you want. It's fine.
I know you got this whole like aesthetic going on, but like, does that have something to do with like the cursed eye, like the cursed sword you pull out of your eye? Do you need like collect cursed things? Because that mirror seemed kind of fucked up.
Not specifically. I just kind of wanted it. It might be useful later.
Okay.
All right. Are we going to the next room?
What?
You're fine
Sorry.
now.
Doesn't listen.
It was just this here.
Uh huh. Hold
He
your
turns
nose
his
and
hand
blow.
and one ear's just fucking gone. It's just not even.
Probably all of you are going to kind of hear an echo for some time.
I hear through my eyes. No.
Y'all got to toughen up.
Yeah, all right.
But you're dealing with wherever Pipley moves the globe and Figaro's lantern. But it's quite hazy in here, so it's a bit obscured.
Well, I have infinite globes. I pull out my jar with a little glowing worm.
I
in it
mean,
and
I can
shake it.
see in the dark, but
Well, there's a door.
over
There's a
here.
door directly behind me.
Like this is where the skelly guy was going, right? And then there's the door over there.
This is where Leo was going. Maybe we should explore the other room first, though.
Well, he was going through the gate and then going in this direction.
That's
I barely
true.
saw.
Where did the gate rise from? Here?
Yeah, right in the center,
I only saw
between
it
the
in
two
corner of my
caverns.
eye 'cause I was too
And
busy.
just remind me, originally the map was here, so we went through it, or we were going
No,
through
it was right.
Okay.
It was right here.
I feel like
So we were
should...
trying to go through that way.
No, you were going this way.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
right.
and this is
Lee-
where the stone.
That's right.
They came out
Okay,
and
I
destroyed
understand.
it.
That's where
Leo
we
was
got killed.
kind of making a beeline, and we got to explore all the rooms. So I say we go back to that room over there before we head this way, because I feel like this might be the
Well.
path forward.
I agree.
You know what happened last time we went back to Claire's?
Look, man,
We
we're getting
fought
paid
zombies
well.
for
I'm just
5
trying to-
hours.
Yeah, well,
All right. So you're going back or forward? Back to the
We're
double
going
or
back
forward?
to that room
Okay.
towards.
So
I'm right behind him.
let me,
Figaro already knows that door is locked. Yeah.
let me
When
get
does
the door.
that stop, dude?
It stops me for about 6 seconds.
And it's a little bit more ornate in nature than the other locks, so probably a little bit more complex.
Cool. So first thing I'll check for traps.
Okay.
You got this, Figaro!
That would be investigation or sleight of hand.
It's thieves' tools.
These feels cool. For fuck's sake.
Camille,
That's a 10.
2 sessions in a row, Camille.
It's a 10.
It,
So, I don't know.
Nothing-
Maybe it'd be
nothing-
obvious.
nothing goes off. Nothing is triggered as far as you know. And you feel confident that there's no trap.
Cool, then I'll roll to pick the lock. Is it the
Okay.
same lock as like the other two?
No, that's what
doors?
I'm saying. It seems more ornate, so
There
it's
we
not one
go.
you're as familiar with.
That's a 23.
Okay, well that's good enough. And despite your trap checking skills, nothing does seem to trigger as the latch turns over.
It's very hazy in here.
And it's basically just one of those, whatever you call that type of handle that all you got to do is press down to open.
Door opens into the room or out to us?
It goes forward into the room.
And it's 2 doors.
And it's a double door, yes, 2 doors. But they both seem to be loose now that you've unlocked them.
Okay.
Is this another one of the ones that the doors go both ways, or just?
I'll kick him in.
Might I suggest you two to go in front? You burly two.
Yep.
Me? All right.
Good idea. Okay,
Yep,
so I
that's fine.
kick the doors in.
Okay, you kick it in. As you do so, the doors they open with a creak and a boom of as you thrust your foot into them. Doesn't require. Yeah, you can do that. It doesn't require like an athletics check or anything like that. Okay, good. You can.
Were you checking to see if the monster was already there?
No, I got him in here.
The hand of God.
Check and see what I had on here already. Okay. Yeah, so as you peek in, you can kind of see the glint of gold.
I can't see nothing from here. I didn't go in that
Yeah,
room.
okay. Well, you will.
Looks like a cave.
Okay, yeah. So,
It's dark.
Do we walk ominously into it and hear music start?
You need some light?
If only one of us had some sort of floating lights we could send in there.
I will shake my glowworm jar, and 4 lights appear in the room.
okay, you have little light things. Put them where you want, where you can
Within
see.
20 feet of each other.
So, the
jar.
ceiling in here rises to
No.
20 feet.
He would totally toss it in.
Oh, the jar is light. Great.
And you can see that obvious
How's that boat
glint
still
of
alive?
gold off to the left as you peek in, once the light is inside. But 20 feet is the general height of the ceiling inside this larger cavern.
Put my jar out.
I go in behind.
Glaris will step in and say, "Come on out."
As you step in and look around, the others soon to crowd in behind you, I'm sure. You see what appears to be 2 eyes glittering at you from your right, popping up on stalks from just behind the cover of this rock formation off to your right. And they
Stalks, like,
stare at you.
like
About to
stalks, like
close
cute
this
little
fucking door.
snails.
Like Gary?
How big are these eyes?
I was
The eyes are big as your fist.
How big are the stalks?
The stalks are big as your thumb. They're thick, They're not spindly little things. And they seem to be, that's flexible as one comes up and then the other and just stare at you.
I think we're good.
What are you seeing there?
The stalks look carapathy or slimy?
Oh, roll perception.
You're telling me I see stalks.
Yeah.
I'm behind him with the lantern, so the room's actually illuminated. It's not
Okay.
just
Yep.
the-
And then in with it blows a bunch of dust.
13.
13. Not real clear. I mean, they're what, 15 feet, 15, 20 feet away.
There's a light right in front of me.
Yeah, it's still,
All right.
they're not glistening.
All right.
So,
fine.
if that helps.
Polaris is gonna walk over.
To the stalks?
Yeah.
All right, so as you get to that point,
Ready in action.
walking over, 2 more stalks appear kind of at the next further edge, blinking.
Before I cross the barrier where that rock is, I'm gonna like lean and look.
Okay. What you see behind the rock are 2 larger orbs, and you can see that they have great mouths with grinning teeth, one singular eye in the center of each
can I
orb.
say?
Stalks rising, 4 of them now, from each one of the orbs, and some focusing on you, other focusing on the others. And you immediately get
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah,
we
you're
would
right.
have
You're
heard
right.
of
You're right.
beholders.
Yeah.
in your mind.
Yeah.
In your mind, you hear words.
What word?
Leave in peace.
What did he say?
Leave in peace.
Do we all hear that or just
No,
me?
just you.
Guys,
Yes.
Everything good?
there was one big orb with stalks. There's a couple beholders behind that rock,
There's
Oh
what?
my God!
Okay.
Everybody out of the room.
and
Yep.
they said we should leave.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Pipley's out.
Do we need a knowledge check
We're only-
for beholders? I mean,
I think
Yeah.
we're level 4. We
would
don't
say
know
so.
there's gazers and everything else.
Yeah.
I might have
It's
read
all
about the
beholders to
different
us.
types of. Can I make an intelligence check and see if I've read about any creatures other than
Sure,
beholders?
sure.
Nope.
nope.
They're beholders.
Yep, fuck that. We're out.
Wait, no. Wait, let me try just to.
To be fair, that's still a.
Would you roll in perception?
No,
no,
it's
you
safe.
didn't roll a perception. You just looked around the corner. Okay. Got it.
Did you guys start filtering out?
Yeah.
Hey, as something that Figaro would care about before he heads out, what kind of money sort of
You just back up.
situation is in the room? Was it just like gold flickered around the outside?
I'm going to say you're a bit distracted, so you can roll a perception if you like.
Yeah, I would like.
As
to roll
you're
perception.
exiting, or if you ever even entered, and they're kind of moving around, not aggressively, but just kind of slowly,
Do you
just
leave
kind
the
of,
room?
yeah, floating around to the side.
Polaris is the only one that stayed.
15.
15. Just glancing over, you see coins basically piled. You see what looks like the hilt of a sword sticking out from this pile of
Still
coins.
looking, though.
So
Maybe that's what you notice.
cool, just like a
Um,
gold, but not too much in a sword. Yeah, that's not worth it. To
Yeah,
me.
glistening
Okay.
coins and a glistening hilt of a sword.
Cool.
Doll?
Yeah, I don't know what a beholder is, but if you're telling me to leave, I'll leave.
Well,
We're not in initiative yet right now, so they've come kind of glided around as you backed up, stopping where they are now, not moving forward.
Polaris, please come just a little farther back through the door.
you ever wanted to be a legend doll?
I like being a living legend.
Wait, we can think about this first. We can throw oil
The
in
word
there.
beholder
I'm
got said
fine.
and everybody
We
freaked
don't
the
have
fuck
to
out,
start
which
this
is enough
fight.
for me.
They're little beholders. Maybe they're babies.
We can discuss this outside the room.
Yeah, let's listen.
Please.
Let's
All
listen
we
to
need are
Pipley.
friends.
Probably a.
What the hell are beholders, Pipley?
Well, from what I've studied, they are normally bigger than that, with many more eye stalks. But the dangerous part is that each eye stalk is different. I would know. I would have read and studied what a beholder
I
is.
think we'd all have
beholders.
heard
With
of
my- yeah, but
beholders.
with
Legendary creatures. I mean,
I mean, I have
Somewhat known.
I've studied
Is
somewhat.
Xanathar's Guild a thing in Greyhawk or no?
what's
Is that
that?
Forgotten Realms? Xanathar's Guild.
Xanathar's Guild?
It might be just Forgotten Realms.
Actually, I don't know.
Xanathar is a beholder. That's why I'm asking.
Would Xanathar?
Is he
I
the
think
one?
that's a Forgotten
He's the one
Realms
that-
thing,
he's
but
the
I may be
beholder.
wrong. I don't know.
What is it? Luigi the beholder that runs the bar in space?
That one I don't.
That is a sentence that
There
I've heard
is a
before.
beholder, and I don't remember from what book, but it is real and it's canon, and he runs a bar in space.
Sounds like Spelljammer.
Spelljammer.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay, so listen. Here's the thing, though.
Yep.
They got a big mouth full of teeth,
Okay. Most
but
things
they
we
don't
fight do.
But they don't bite. But the
What
problem
makes you
is-
say?
But you
That-
said that they did talk in your brain? Is that what you said?
Yeah, their mouth doesn't actually work, but their eyeballs can shoot fire and lightning.
Well, hold on. Just
How much
because
fire and lightning?
something didn't speak to you does not mean like I could speak to you in your brain,
Are you a paladin?
You can?
but I could bite something all the same.
Are you a paladin?
No, I'm a wizard.
Okay.
I'm a paladin.
So
He
you've
says-
probably heard of these things before.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
So
Strange.
then you know that their eyes can shoot fire and lightning. Well, we have to defend people like you
And rays of
from things
destruction.
like this.
I could instantly.
When was the
immolate
last
an
time you
That's
opened a
lightning.
book?
ray of destruction?
I don't think he can read.
It's lightning.
I know. That's why I'm asking.
If lightning comes down, it destructs things.
Fair enough. Yes,
It wants
I
to be
agree
a
with
legend,
you.
Not a living legend.
I've also
That's
heard
fair.
beholders are nothing to be taken lightly.
Well, you have a shield,
I use a great sword, but
but there is a shield. Doll has it.
All right, I'm just saying.
majority
I-
rules. I don't have a vote because I don't know
I
shit.
have 3 flasks of oil, and a hell of a way to throw it.
Would oil work on them?
Well, it's not just the
Oil?
oil; it's the
I mean,
fact that I
they'll
can light
just
the
be
oil on
slippery.
fire.
Oh, fire!
Yeah,
Fire
it's
works.
not just the oil. The oil just helps the fire.
Yeah, fire will kill anything.
All right.
Fire and cutting heads off,
Look, you guys clearly know more about this than I do, so
Well-
I'll stick with majority vote.
obviously.
You know
But
that
here,
they probably
I-
can hear everything we're saying, right?
I
If they're
don't know
intelligent
about
enough to
this.
speak through the brain, then they can.
We're- Polaris will kick the doors back in.
Well, wait a fucking second.
As you do,
Was there anything in there worth it?
they have not really changed position that much.
Need a sword?
Oh fuck! I do
Could
like
I?
swords. Long sword.
Just because my brain's
what
thinking,
do you say?
can I make a perception check to see
All right,
if
let's
they're
do
really
it.
there?
That would be an intelligence check
Okay.
to see if you believe they're there.
Yeah.
Are we back to
You're trying
this
to
now?
disbelieve they're
17. I want to see if they're illusions.
there. Yeah. They appear to be. I mean, yeah.
All right, I don't even say anything. That was just my own brain.
Polaris steps gingerly into the room.
The voice
Listen,
comes again. Leave in peace.
This is-
we came for treasure. If you
Staring.
surrender your treasure, we won't attack you.
He didn't have to mention at all that we were going to attack them. He could have just asked for the treasure.
Oh,
There's-
all right. Can we just have your treasure?
That's a little better.
They hover and stare at you
I'm gonna walk sideways.
like a crab.
Who's behind him?
Like
Who's
crab.
behind him?
I'm gonna.
Dal will back him up.
Are you in the room?
Not happily, but yeah.
All right. Then
The eye
I'm gonna
stalks
be,
just kind of follow your
I'm
movement
gonna
and
be in
then
the
shift
doorway.
over to anybody
I'm
coming through the
also
door.
gonna be in the doorway.
We're both in the doorway at least.
Well, I would like to bonus action mage hand and then just move my lantern to the inside of the door so it's not
Okay.
directly
All right.
on
Do you
my
have a
person.
lantern icon?
I don't. No.
Can
I
you move me behind
I can
the
put it-
pillar that's right
That
closest
one?
to me?
Your
Yeah.
lantern
yeah.
has well.
The fire is my orbs. I could put this yellow ring as a lantern.
Yeah, I've got another.
Okay.
Here you go.
So
Well,
Dal,
but like we need to know what
Well,
the
that
difference.
one,
Oh, the
that one will
difference.
be in a ring.
Yeah, just
Oh, sure.
just put a die there.
Okay, that's fine. I can do that.
just
I'll
be-
make you a lantern.
Dal enters, but he also kind of
It'll be
walks
my,
behind a
my
pillar
rainbow
that's in
D4.
between him and those things because he doesn't know.
Well, the only pillar is like, I mean,
Well,
you
not
see
a
where the
pillar. There's a stalagmite there.
Well, there
That's
is
what he's
one
standing
solid.
behind.
trying to get a little cover.
Oh, you're getting behind the big pillar.
There is one pillar that's not next to him.
I can get by that. Yeah.
That's just in case you lose concentration on your magic.
That's fine. Yeah, no, of course. Oh, they last a minute. In a couple seconds, they're going out.
Okay.
Okay, so the stalks just are watching all of you, as they have 4 stalks on each bulbous head. So an eye is tracking all your movements.
I have.
I'm looking at the treasure pile.
Okay. You notice that as you're so close, you notice the same thing. That it seems to be a pile of coins, probably maybe 100 coins, maybe a few more than that. It's hard to tell. and of different types of coins. You see platinum and gold and
Platinum?
silver.
I call out.
And the what looks like the hilt, and then now you can see the blade that continues on kind of in the coins. Clearly a longsword. Looks like beautifully, master crafted.
I just call out the Polaris and say, "Wait, I can make it. I can make something take this treasure so you don't get hurt if you want to see what happens."
I kind of like the idea of getting hurt.
All right.
What can you make? Hurry up.
It's just an illusion. It'll just start reaching for it to see if they react towards it.
So you can't actually take the treasure?
Technically, I could possibly if I mage hand it at the same time.
Oh my god.
Illusion will.
Pick up the sword.
I'm gonna.
This is being yelled 20 feet away.
Yeah, of course.
Can I bonus action hide behind
I
the
am
side
going
of the door?
to.
We're not in initiative.
I'm gonna put my axe away. Gonna reach down and grab the sword.
Okay, the
Dirty
sword.
20, just in
Okay,
case.
for hiding.
Just
Okay.
in case shit
It
goes
is
wrong.
much fucking platinum as you can.
Coins just fall off, where they were lying upon the sword. You feel a tug. What's your alignment?
Lawful good.
Okay. You feel a tug at your consciousness, and a
sword.
kind of a droll voice says, in your mind, "Hello, friend." And you know it's coming from the sword. You're the only one that hears this, by the way. So either you're fucking nuts and everything is talking to you inside your mind,
Obviously, I'm not nuts.
or
because Cord has seen fit to bless me for my valor and bravery. How did you get past me?
I'm just trying to put myself somewhere. I'm not really trying.
Nice try.
I swear.
You've chosen well, my friend.
I'm gonna put the sheath in my belt, and I'm gonna say to Pipley, you should grab as much gold as you can.
That was my plan, but do you want to block me so they don't see me doing it?
Sure.
All right.
going
That's
to-
why I came in.
I'm going to step over behind the lantern here, kind of next to Dal, and I'm gonna say to them, we will leave you in peace momentarily.
As he's doing that, I am gnome hands.
Collecting all the coins.
I'm going for
Are
as
you
much.
trying to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Roll stealth.
I'm going for specifically as much platinum as I can.
Okay. Now they're all mixed. It's not like they're stacks of different,
That's not
coinage.
terrible.
So-
9.
Clink, clink. Then the stalks are looking in your direction. I mean, although
I know.
they're not all exactly in their line of sight where they are. You have some debris that's kind of covering you, but you can hear it echoing throughout the cavern. But they seem unconcerned, as they're just watching you carefully do all the things that you're doing. It's very ominous. And
I
quiet.
keep going if they don't stop us.
And you're able to. You immediately collect 11 platinum.
Dal, you good?
I think
Oh,
so.
there's some electrum in there too. Are you collecting it all?
You do Electrum? Wow.
Yeah, why not?
Well, there's
I love Electrum.
I've
hate
genuinely
Electrum.
never played
So-
with a DM that uses Electrum.
11 platinum, 22 gold, 17 electrum, and 44 silver.
17.
Yeah, I think in new D&D the electrum is like a Strahd thing.
How much
What was
silver?
it? How much was the silver?
24 or 44 silver.
44 silver.
Sir, I'm holding this.
I've been keeping track of all the loot.
The sword speaks to you in kind of a bored voice. I won't bother you. Just don't take the librum.
what do you say?
Don't take what he thinks back.
Don't take the librum. They're only protecting the librum.
Polaris has no idea what a Librum.
I also.
Okay,
What the fuck's a Librum?
so I think back.
I mean, I have a
Sounds-
Libra. That's
sounds
a
good.
different thing.
Do you say this out loud?
No.
Okay.
Remember, he's the chosen one.
Well, I know. but-
You don't even use long swords.
I can though.
Yes.
You know.
So you have the coins?
Just playing
You
devil's
have the
advocate
coins? You
here
have the
as a
sword?
chaotic neutral person.
Yeah.
I have a scroll that can summon a certain amount of demons that we could then leave in this
That
room
you
and
can
see
control?
what happens. No, so we
Oh.
summon it and we shut the doors and we see what happens.
Why?
That'd be fun.
If they're not bothering us, I say we don't bother them.
That's also fine. I'm
agree.
just throwing it out there.
Go ahead, Dal.
All right. I'll start leaving.
Look, I'm not a stranger to liking watching things get killed.
Once dog comes out,
I summon the lantern back to
I'll
me.
back out
Okay.
and pull the door shut.
They watch passively as you do so. The voice comes through once again as you're with the whole group.
I snap the lights out.
Are these your friends, or is it time to kill them all?
Oh, I love that sword.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think back. These are all friends.
Noted.
I am going to use a divine sense.
Okay.
And before I unsheath this sword, I'm going to see whether it's good or evil.
Sure. So evil, undead, fiends.
You can detect good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
Until this end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend
Oh, yeah.
undead.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm just seeing whether this is good or
Yeah,
evil.
so
I'm not
then-
looking for
and not behind total
things.
cover. So yeah, no evil. Maybe Pipley a little, but no.
But not from the sword.
No.
Does the sword radiate good?
I mean, you know, just because you have somewhat of a connection, it's not an attunement, but it's kind of a connection. Doesn't require attunement. It's not asking you to attune to it, but there's a lawfulness about it that makes it attractive to you. But it's definitely not evil.
You would get.
Maybe not, but it also doesn't say, it doesn't come over as good,
Gotcha.
you know. So it's probably a neutral, like a lawful neutral.
I'm lawful neutral. I'm going to buckle the
You would have gotten a ping from Pippi's brain when you were standing there for a
I'm gonna buckle the scabbard onto my belt
right.
and say, friends.
Yes.
I think not you. Talking to them.
Fair enough.
This sword is sentient.
No,
Oh, well, that's not great.
we could sell it.
It spoke to me.
What did it say?
It wanted to know whether you were friends or whether it was time to kill you all. I responded that you were friends.
Glad to hear
That
it.
sounds like the thoughts I have.
Please don't act on those.
What?
Yeah, that's what I
So
thought.
because of your connection, I'll just tell you, it's a longsword +1. It has an intelligence of 12. It can obviously speak to you, and its main tendency is connection is lawfulness, not so much good, evil, any of that,
Gotcha.
just lawful. Yeah,
Okay.
and it has a little bit of an ego, but seems like it's pretty weak.
Thanks for dropping my gold, though.
You didn't see me do it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no worries.
Oh, she heard you.
no,
he heard
I'm
you.
not. I was kidding.
I take the.
I would
dagger.
divvy this up.
I reach inside of my bag and rummage through it until I find the dagger that I have. You know, the weapon that I don't use.
Yeah.
And I'll just carve into the door, like, beholder, friendly.
Okay.
Beholder, neutral.
Yeah.
I'll say neutral.
Let's
on
say
the outside.
neutral.
Beholder, neutral.
I take the dagger from her and I write the number 2 in front of beholders, and I make it plural at the
Yeah.
end.
You can't reach that high. I write.
There you go.
Okay.
I'll
Wow.
put 2 numerals.
So you're keeping
Perfect.
that?
I am.
All right.
Honestly, fits you better, but okay.
Well,
think
none
so,
of you
but
know
it's
what he
all right.
knows unless he tells you.
Yeah. So how do you know?
Because you use like a hammer and different weapons, and he uses a sword.
He has a giant sword.
Other
I have a longsword and a shield.
It grows giant with.
So would that,
That's
but all
what
right.
she said.
just doesn't like it.
It's all right.
They give me crap.
Honestly, I don't care. I don't want it talking to me. You can have it.
You don't know what's talking.
He said
Oh yeah, he said
sentient.
it's talking. Yes, he did. He did. He did. say it.
Honestly, you think he needs another voice in his head?
He has more than one?
Well, I mean, everything seems to talk. to
Doesn't
free.
everybody?
You're not a surprise. All right, let's
That's
go.
fair.
Good job. You guys managed to get through that without having to kill everything or get killed. Although who knows what treasures they may have been.
Long rest to celebrate.
Okay. So, the door is closed. You've carved the warning into it. Dust-filled cavern that you're in.
I'll lock the door behind me.
No.
Lock it? Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I
easy enough.
figure I could use, like,
Was
if I
this
use the
the
thieves'
helmet?
tools to unlock, I can
Yeah,
lock
yeah.
it.
Then now you know how it works.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think he'll be
Anyway.
better off with somebody else.
It's a metal helmet.
The helmet doesn't actually need an armor proficiency, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they need any special training just to put this on their head. And I already got the shield. You got a sword. You said it helps you see things that aren't there?
True sight. He's already crazy.
That's true. You don't think Figaro would benefit?
I think Figaro can already see around corners and in the dark and through walls and every other thing.
I'll be honest with you. If you don't want it, I think we'd be better off just selling it.
Well, I do.
Because I already have this going on.
All right then.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh yeah.
Now, true sight.
I'll take the sword if you want.
No, that's fine. All right.
Next room.
I dubbed the Chaos Bane. If you don't like that, do it.
I'm getting the next
Fine with
sword,
me.
Polaris.
It doesn't matter. Chaos Bane, whatever. Well, it's chaos, but like Lawful Bane, I'll respond to.
Do you
You the Bane of Law?
Do you dislike law?
No. And he kind of goes quiet for a moment.
Please don't let me be smarter than you. That would be bad for both of us.
From a
What's
stat
your intellect?
perspective.
8.
8. Trust me, you'll not. Just
I love Bane
fucking
memes.
with you. Whatever. Chaos Bane, master of the universe. You're right arm. Doesn't matter.
I'm left.
Left arm. Both your arms. You only need one, as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
Yeah, I have it's back.
Can I have my D4?
Nope.
Thank you.
So as far as you can tell, the only other way out of here is the way you came. Back to the other parts of this lower level. And one door that continues beyond the larger cavern, beyond the portcullis.
I'll check out the other door.
Okay. So it seems like a standard wooden door. Doesn't appear to have a lock or key hole, but it does just have the latch.
I like gently press just to see if it's locked.
But easily. A little bit of a creak. I mean, everything's out here is old, and
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it's not locked.
Alright. You two up front, we'll be behind you.
All right.
May I pull thy tissue, Sarah?
Yes.
Kick in this door, I reckon.
Yeah.
Seeing as this is still covered.
You go in and I'm
There was a
going
wall
behind
here,
you.
Ravik, so I put this one back.
That's fine.
Correct?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's a fair opening, but I'll describe that here in a moment.
Okay.
But this is
I'll
another.
let you
It's
go
a
in first, since you
larger
have the magical
natural
sword.
cavern.
I
There's
don't have.
no ornamentation here whatsoever, but the walls here glisten a bit. It's not as cold as it was in those other caverns where you found the skeleton Leo. It's much warmer, but it's not warm. So it's more, I guess, comfortable. But you can see the moisture on the walls in this room, and it's almost as if the light from the lantern. You don't have the orbs out at this moment, right? It's only the lantern. It's almost like it enhances the volume of light in this chamber.
Oh, the walls like reflect.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then there's the opening. What do we got there? Just. Okay. Yeah, we got a corridor leading out, and yeah, and then kind of an opening that is
He squeezes through.
far more just clutched with debris than the small chamber where you found the mirror. So this one, it looks like you'd have to only, again, Pipley would be able to crawl through. The rest of you wouldn't even be able to crawl through without removing some of the debris. If you chose to. And then you get that wide corridor that leads out into darkness. It looks like it turns away in the distance.
I feel like Ravic's trying to get me killed. Only Pipley can fit into this dynamite-filled pit. All right, guys.
That's it, you're in. Do you want me to hold on to you while you duck your head in?
Sure.
We could tie a rope around you to a yoink.
That's true too. Go
I'm
fishing.
afraid of very little.
We'll call it gnome fishing.
I
Are you
will.
fishing for gnomes or with gnomes?
I will keep my hand out back like this. I will tap
When you go
tap
fly
on
fishing,
my
are you fishing
glowworm
for
jar,
flies?
and a
No,
orb
so why would you call that gnome?
floats
fishing?
above my head.
Because
and I
I'm
will
using the
peek
gnome as
into the
bait.
cavern.
Okay,
Like
so
you
I mean,
with
he is
fly
holding
fishing,
onto
use
my
the
arm.
fly as bait.
gotcha.
I stand
So
by it.
But bass fishing, you don't use bass for bait.
Okay.
what you see is about 10 feet
I think it works both ways.
of debris filling the opening. And beyond that, it looks like a small cavern opens up where you'd probably be able to easily stand. But you gotta squeeze through
in
that
there.
10 feet of movement. It's a little higher. It looks like there's you said you have the light above your head, just kind of, yeah. So, and you can see that the walls here have a very similar glistening appearance as the walls in the larger
Can
cavern
I
outside.
see? Can I at least see in though, even though I'm not in there yet? Or no?
That only goes, your light only extends 10 feet, right? So I guess you'd have to move your globe
I will do so.
in
Yes,
Don't you
further.
have dark vision or something?
I also have dark.
Okay, if you want to depend on that,
Forget
certainly
about
fine.
You're gnome.
And don't you have like 4 orbs so you could like line them up?
Yeah, but it's only.
So either way,
Well, so my thing was I would send an orb in the middle, and then I would make an illusion of Pipley standing in the center to see if anything were to happen to it.
so you're going to cast.
Minor illusion.
Okay, so
So it's not really doing much.
well, let me tell you what you see first. Your dark vision allows you to see a larger room. It's not very big. It's about
Sure.
the same size as the mirror room, and it looks like it's certainly high enough that you'll be able to stand easily, and probably any of your party would be able to as well. But your dark vision resolves what looks like a staff of some sort, finely carved, with a dragon head, leaning up against the opposite wall.
Okay. I will.
And then you're sending your orbs through, and then the illusion into the room.
Yeah. So first, I will make an illusion of what seems like me reaching for that staff to see if anything happens.
Okay, so from inside the room,
No, not sex. So there's no globe. It's just the Pipley.
just
illusion.
Pipley. Okay, so
That's
no
what it is.
no light, no light.
Nope.
Okay, so it appears, and you give it the basic function of reaching for the staff. Nothing, nothing occurs.
Okay. Then I will use my mage hand
Mhm.
to grab the staff.
Okay.
I don't need my hands nor my mouth to cast my mage hand.
All right, and it can carry 10 pounds.
Yep.
I wonder what a staff weighs.
Can it pull it?
Yeah, I'd like drag,
Yeah.
maybe.
Even if
Okay.
it takes a second.
Except the dragon head is made of porcelain. It wouldn't fall to
Just-
Yeah, it seems to be the whole staff. It's a wood staff,
Uh-huh.
and
4.
with the top of it being a dragon head, but you don't know what kind of
Of a
dragon.
staff or mage hand?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, as your mage hand begins to pull it, it takes some manipulation to get it to come through the opening.
Okay.
And you're standing just at the edge of the.
I'm leaning in enough to the extent where he just has my arm, and I'm through it.
okay.
As soon as I
And
can,
is your mage hand visible?
No, mine
It's a
is a
legerdemain type?
telekinetic mage
Oh,
hand, so
okay.
it is not verbal, it is not somatic, it is technically my brain.
Okay, but it has the same type of. I mean, it has the same rules as a mage hand.
Yes,
Or
yes.
is
There's
there-
no extra carry weight or anything. You can cast it without verbal or somatic components. You can make it invisible, and its range increases by 30 feet when I cast it.
Okay, all right. So you certainly have the range. That's not
Yes.
a problem. And then it as far as what it can carry and
It's still the same weight though, so 10
weight and all that. Okay, all right. So I'm not. I don't think that this staff would weigh more than 10 pounds, and you can certainly drag it. Yeah. So you're able to with your mate. You're
I'm putting
token.
an item towards me, guys. Just hold on one more second.
Yep.
All right.
through the hole to the point that you can actually grab it physically if you choose.
Yoink.
Okay, and you do. You drag it out. Now you couldn't see the entire, as small as it was, you couldn't see the entire cave. If anything's off to the sides,
Sure.
you wouldn't be able to see what's inside. So,
Okay.
but you assume,
I'm not sure. This was just sitting on the opposite wall, so it wasn't hard to spot. However, I did a few tricks in there. Nothing seemed to bite. If you really want me to, I could go deeper in, but I don't think this is something, I got a stab.
I would be interested. Taking a step in. What's life without risk? You said you feared nothing.
That is true.
I don't know. I feel like we got a pretty good reward for nothing so far.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I know.
We could just say
Dude,
we're good.
I'm fine with leaving, but if you guys really want me to, I could.
Is there anything in there?
I'm not sure.
Then
I made an
Do you
illusion.
feel the need to explore that room?
I don't.
Fine. I can't get in, so I can't say anything.
Well, you can.
I'm good with not taking unnecessary risks. We already got a staff out of there.
No, I straight up can't fit.
Sometimes you
Like I
cut
said.
your losses.
You can't crawl through that hole.
Can I crawl through that hole?
If she took time.
as a human, no. If you'd have to remove some of the debris. I mean, you could if you just remove some of the debris and made the hole a little bit larger.
Don't do that thing again.
My ears are still bleeding.
I would say basically you could move through it as difficult terrain, moving stuff aside as you go.
Then, what? Fuck it. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
All right.
She's spelunking.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy.
So again, it's about 10 feet and moving through that difficult terrain
This is a terrible idea.
It
with
is.
your speed dashing or
Well, my if I want to move slow, like I can dash and go through difficult terrain as if it's like the same. Like I can double my movement. if
She
I
can
want.
action dash, bonus action dash.
Okay, so anyway, you got
Like-
10 feet of difficult terrain to move
Yeah,
through.
that's fine.
All right.
90 feet.
As you're moving through, kind of pushing things aside to give yourself space, it's dark. So do you have your lantern out?
I have
or-
my lantern clipped to me,
Okay, but you're crawling.
so then I would have it in front of me.
Okay, so you have your lantern out in front of you,
She is
and you can see, that
Yeah, I am spelunking.
certainly
I don't have
there's
a-
a ton of light, in that area, and you can see the opening clearer and clearer as you get through. But as you do, you feel something kind of warm at first and sticky,
Right.
like moist, that seems to
None of us.
embrace you
Great.
from the ceiling and the walls.
Great.
And you're the only one that notices this, as you're pretty much Pooh Bear in the hole at this point. So you'll need to go ahead and roll initiative. Everybody can roll initiative as
And do
you're
nothing.
you feel the embrasure of something that suddenly begins to sting. But let's see if it does any damage
Said we should just
as it enrobes
cut our
you.
losses. Like we
Yeah,
got
you
a staff.
That was the smart answer, but
Oh. Okay. So yeah, it's fine. All right. So what are you wearing that is metal?
metal.
Nothing. Your lantern.
My lantern. I'm wearing leather armor, so there's probably like
The
some
buckles
glass
and rivets.
shit.
Holding his
Good thing
belt
you didn't get that
up.
helmet.
It's magic.
This isn't a rust monster.
You have the magical helmet?
Oh shit.
He does.
Oh, he does. Okay, but you're in the hole. Okay.
If
Yeah.
my-
So
if
you
my weapon-
all with the cards,
My cards they're metal cards.
right?
It's
But
like,
you don't have. Are you holding them in your hand?
I'm not holding my hand. It's in like my.
In a pouch?
Yeah, it's like on a side. pouch.
Okay, all right. So, you immediately notice a corrosive scent of the metal that is exposed,
Rust.
corroding, where this ooze-like material is coming down and around you. It hasn't done any damage at this point, but you can smell the stench of the corrosion growing stronger as it's enveloping you. What'd you roll for initiative?
I rolled a 21.
Okay, so you have the initiative. Nobody else knows what's going on at this point. Since it hadn't hurt you, what do you want to do?
What do I see around me?
Your lantern is almost covered entirely by this thing. that's coming down upon you. But there's still a little bit of light, and it seems like a grayish ooze that is just.
Oh, I don't care about what's attacking me. I care. Can I see any further into the room of other things?
Yeah, you would have gotten pretty close to the end,
Cool.
and you see it open up. You don't see anything of any relevance
I'm
inside.
glad that I checked then. Then I'll book it out.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and make your movement.
Yeah.
All
If
right.
it's difficult terrain, if it's ultra difficult terrain, I have 60 feet of movement.
Okay.
Can't you do 90?
I can do 90, but if I use movement and bonus action, I don't know if I need my action for something.
Oh shit. Wow. Okay. Wow, this thing works fast. Fortunately for you, you're moving pretty quick, and there's not a whole lot of time for the corrosion to really set in to even the minor metal parts. As you first realize that you got the initiative, and you've got a lot of movement, which is quick and out of there, and it just kind of like just dislodges from this oozy mass that's now filling the hole behind you. Parts of it don't come with you, but you do see that any metal parts in your lantern just disintegrates.
I hate this lantern so much.
You're the one that went into the hole with the gray ooze!
So how did it go? What happened?
But
to
your
that?
armor and everything else that does have exposed metal, fortunately, made its saving throw.
You are now wearing assless chaps.
Chaps, by definition.
Everything
are
okay,
ass-
Figaro?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I hate when people say assless chaps. Chaps are assless.
I didn't know that. That's fine.
I just didn't realize that tunnels have things against lanterns.
Yeah, so no damage to you whatsoever. Some cosmetic damage to your lantern shot, but cosmetic damage to any of your other equipment. And you see this ooze just kind of like pulling itself back up into the embrasure above,
You're-
in the hole.
Anything else following you?
Your buckles and straps look worse for wear.
Yeah, the tunnel
Are you
just-
hurt?
You're very
No,
oozy right
the-
now.
As you see, I'm just like waving my hand like I'm brushing dirt off as I'm casting prestidigitation to get rid of shit on my armor, so it looks slightly better.
Wow, this thing could have really done some damage to you, and it just rolled shitty.
Well, boy, howdy, am I glad I didn't go in there.
Yeah,
All right. Now can we move on?
yeah, I'm good.
I attempt to also wrap the staff in the same buckle that my other one is wrapped
Okay,
around.
you
so I don't
you
have to hold
feel no you
it.
don't.
Everyone's okay if I hold on to this, right?
Yeah,
No, Polaris might want that too.
yeah. I think Polaris likes having.
They'll be bitter.
I'm a little bitter.
No, this doesn't
Walking
require
around
attunement, so you don't feel the.
I didn't
It
realize we
doesn't
were.
require it.
I
Does not.
touched it first.
Okay, then
School
may
of
I
looting.
just make an Arcana check to see if I can ascertain what this is? Matt thinks he has an idea.
I mean, yeah, but it's probably going to take an identify to really fully. But go ahead.
Sure.
Does he see a rune that says fire on it?
If it's magical, but
about
if you
a-
don't feel the pull of it.
How about a 28? On a natural 20.
Even that's not going to be
No, I know, I
good enough
understand.
to tell you exactly what it
What
is.
do you
But
have +8 in?
you
Arcana.
get the idea that it definitely is a magical staff.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you have a pretty good idea that it's probably. You can see the runes in it that have been carved in it. You see the dragon head.
Intelligence is +4.
That with that roll,
it
I'll
gets
tell
the
you, is a blue
proficiency.
dragon.
It's just on my sheet.
But
It's
your
just my sheet.
proficiency is +2.
It's
And if
just-
you didn't hear that,
I don't know.
Fuck you.
It's expertise.
No.
Yeah. It has an E in the hole.
If you didn't hear, it's a blue dragon staff. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I started that. Awesome. Is the wood a little bluish tinted, or
not really, not that you can tell, but
Okay,
it is
well,
extraordinarily well
I
made.
have guesses.
Blue dragon staff. Pit.
Extraordinarily well made.
I'm so excited.
Does anybody in this party even have identify?
Nope.
I was planning
is
to take
wrong with
identify.
you?
Remember how I said I was saving up my money to respec my spells? We're working on it.
Either way, we would have to buy a pearl first.
That is true.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is why
Yeah.
I never took
So you
it.
got a very pretty looking staff that you think is magical.
The blue dragon's head carved on the top.
That's fucking dope.
Wow. So,
I feel like we need to find something for you soon, Figaro.
Oh,
The only thing you got was a dead bird.
wow.
That's crazy.
He's not dead. He's not being,
I'm
no,
deflecting with humor. I'm very heartbroken. Okay.
Diabolical.
He's in a farm upstate.
I only fell for that 3 times. I'm not doing it again.
Upstate is the Feywilds. He does wild parties. But onward and upward, I guess.
So unless you've missed anything, corridor door, secret door, anything like that, what you see ahead of you is, a 10-foot wide corridor that winds off into the darkness.
Great. I look for my lantern and realize that I don't have it, and feel despair.
Yeah, so you don't see shit if you don't have dark vision.
Of course, I don't have dark vision.
I'll go first down the corridor because I don't like light in front of me.
I'll follow
Okay.
behind him.
All right.
Go behind you guys and hope that Pipley casts dancing lights.
So it is literally like,
That's the corridor we're going now.
it is dark as dark can possibly be down here. No source of light whatsoever. So you like have to hold somebody in front of you.
Just to be petty, I will tap my ringworm, not ringworm.
Your
that's
ringworm?
Hilarious. My glowworm jar. Hilarious and catastrophic. Misspoke. I will make one of the globules be a lantern on Figaro's side, and the rest as just orbs on the top. Because I can do that. It says you can make it look like a lantern.
That's fine. All right, so you're concentrating.
Yes. So
Yeah, so in the corridor as you continue down, it goes about 40 feet. When you see to your left a door, an oak door, much like the others down here, and then the corridor turns off to the right.
Corridor. Can I hear anything through it? The oak
Roll
door?
perception.
I'll roll as well since I'm front.
Crit.
Crit, nice.
16.
Or 23, if you care about numbers.
It
Door. Oh.
listening at the door, even with that, you hear nothing. It's stone silent, but yeah, and then you have the corridor leading off behind you at that point. So
Both are silent? Both are silent?
no, the one door,
But no sound is coming from the hall or the door, right?
right? No, nothing.
Okay.
But you were listening at the door, right?
Yeah.
Look back, door
Yeah.
first?
I was looking at the camera. Sorry.
I think so.
You check the door. You want to check the door?
Does
to see if
the-
it's locked?
Does the
Actually, you look at it.
corridor, the hall, whatever you want to call it, does it seem to go up or down?
Right now, it seems pretty level.
Okay.
As far as you can tell. I mean, you can roll a perception if you want to really, focus on it.
I don't care.
Okay. I mean, but it seems pretty, just passively seems pretty flat.
I was just looking for a passive.
I'll scooch back and let Figaro go up front to look at the door.
Okay.
Fuck it, I'll check.
You
to
don't.
see.
Again, you don't see a lock mechanism. You don't see like a key hole. It seems like that same just latch that.
I'm just gonna, because I'm paranoid, just in case, just check to see if it's trapped.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like anything around the outside edge.
That's what you're here for. Check for traps.
I rolled a 3 again for checking for traps, which means that I got a 10.
What is wrong with you?
Let me. I think
We're
it's the
stepping
same
on a
dice
detonation
too.
plate.
To be
right
fair, all of us think Figaro's doing a great job
Yeah.
because there hasn't
Yeah,
been any
no, of
traps
course.
yet.
That's true. That's true. I mean, and you do too, because I mean, you don't detect anything. I mean, it
Cool,
seems
then,
pretty safe.
They're killing the game right now.
Yeah, then
I mean,
I'll,
it's crazy.
then I'll push the handle down and
No
let you
resistance.
go, and then have you walk in front because you can see
Doop,
shit and I'm blind out here.
I'll
Except
push
for
the
my
door the
fake
rest of the
lantern.
way.
There's orbs of light.
Kind
following
of
us.
stop
Yeah,
for
I
a
know.
second, look around
can't
before I
see
enter.
it. I know,
Okay.
but I feel insecure that I don't have my lantern.
Yeah. So the corridor you just came down from the caverns door here, and then the corridor goes off this way. Opening the door kind of creaks as you open it, and you see a flight of stairs leading up.
Okay, let's go down the hall first.
Agreed.
Disagreed. We need to get up into that castle.
Yeah.
Don't we want to see what's down this hallway so nothing sneaks up behind us and we explore everything while we're down here?
I don't want to come back.
I think that's a terrible idea, but go ahead. I'll follow you.
I think our time is getting a little limited here.
It's like 7 a.m.
No, I don't mean just daylight-wise. I mean, we've already
Days
wasted the night that
wise.
someone's been waiting for us up top, and we totally just...
They have to know at this point that we're fucking shit up down here.
Yeah, that's not a good
Or
thing.
they think we're dead.
Well, I don't think they're interested in a cordial meeting anymore.
Sure.
And after the thunder wave earlier, I don't think anyone thinks we're dead.
Well, they could think it was
All right, I followed Dal down the hall.
We'll go down the hall.
Terrible idea.
The other way.
Not up the stairs,
Wait,
down the hall.
okay, so
yeah,
you're gonna
watch
watch. Okay, so the corridor is almost like a dogleg right, and just as rolling only like 20 feet, till you get to the corner, and then you see another door, like the other one, but this one, with the light of your fake lantern, you can see does have a keyhole lock mechanism,
Cool.
much like the other ones
I'm right behind you.
that you have already had some experience with.
Okay, cool. I'll check for trap again, just because, why not?
Okay.
I'm gonna use a totally different dice that I haven't used today so far.
All right, yeah.
Hey, that's a 14. That is
Okay.
a 7 on the die.
Yeah,
which
the roll is still
much
funny,
higher.
Well, once again, you feel confident that it's not trapped,
Cool, and
but you do realize it's locked.
I know how these locks work though.
You have advantage.
Cool advantage.
Nice.
I love advantage.
Oh my God, Camille.
Bro,
I love
mean,
advantage.
it is.
That's an 11 plus 7, so
Okay.
that's 18.
Well, that's
First one
enough.
was
First
a
one was a
one.
1.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm putting the dice of shame up here.
Yeah. So yes, you're able. You hear the satisfaction of the lock clicking over. Nothing triggers, and you can feel the door loose, easily able to open.
You see, Fig, you
choose.
just needed a good night's sleep.
Yeah, it's almost. These lockpicks are kind of. They didn't really like that oozy wall.
I'll push the door open. Do the same thing. Don't completely enter. Just look around first.
Okay. So as you do so, you see 20 feet ahead of you, rubble scattered on the floor. It looks like the walls have partially collapsed, but at the end of the corridor, which is only, again, about 20 feet away, you see what looks like an old rusty ladder that is just leading up into the darkness. No other way to go.
Does
as far
it-
as you
We
can see.
have a stairway leading up or a ladder.
Does it
leading
seem
up.
like this rust has caused? I don't know, rust is going to be rust, but does it seem like it's almost deteriorated the same way that a lot of Figaro's clasps were deteriorated, or just by
You can
time?
go up and check it if you want.
I
go up to the ladder and
because
check it.
if that just means
Yeah.
this ladder is going to be covered in ooze the minute we're on it, then
I feel
There's
like
no glistening. I'll give you this. You
Okay.
don't see anything glistening anywhere nearby, but who knows what lurks wherever.
my gut is telling me the staircase gets more use than the ladder because the ladder was behind a locked door
All right.
in a room full of rubble. So I feel like we'd probably have more of an element of surprise if we took this.
And
took
over
it
here, we
where
don't know
though? Where are we?
Exactly.
I thought we weren't worried about surprise anymore. Thunderwave, fucking shit up,
But like
etc.
like
etc.
Fig just said, they know we're here, but they don't know where we are. If we go up the stairs, they could be waiting for us there. Go up the ladder in a way they probably don't
Well,
think
we're not
discovered.
supposed to kill the people that are here, so if we go up and they start fighting, what are we going to do?
We're supposed to kill anything that's hostile.
But the order specifically for checking out the mage was like, I don't want him just obliterated. He wanted info on him.
Yeah, if we find Telvar, we'll spare him, but
All right.
I mean,
feel
if we
like
see
it'll just
something that
be-
looks like a Telvar, we'll ask it first.
Oh, well, in the middle of combat, that might be.
Guy on the road looked a little like a Telvar.
Polaris and I talk a lot in the middle of combat. I don't
Yeah.
know.
All right,
Honestly-
sure.
And
Sure.
honestly, if we find one of those, bugbear things,
It's herbal.
All right.
Yes, but he looked like a Telvar.
I mean,
Well,
believe me,
hey,
I'm
it's not
behind
like
you
you
guys.
can-
I'm not going anywhere by myself.
Sorry?
oh, does the hallway keep going?
No, it
Take the
ends
stairs
at
and
the.
safer
It just
option.
ends with the ladder going up
So
the wall.
ladder or staircase is basically what it comes down
You want
to.
to knock down the ladder? I'm just gonna.
We could have two members of our party take
Yeah,
the
let's.
opposite way.
Yeah, let's split the party.
I'm just saying two particular members. He's looking behind himself.
Oh.
at
Yeah.
Fellows and Polito.
Are we gonna kill anything soon? I've been bloodied in so long.
Maybe.
Oh, get on
What was
it.
that?
Are you sharp?
Always.
Saying this with your mouth or with your brain?
Just thinking to him.
Okay.
His lips are just moving.
Hey, can I look up? Does the ladder end in like a trapdoor, or does it just go up into the ether?
Yeah. So no, it doesn't. It doesn't actually go that far. It's about well, actually 40 feet. So it's at the edge of your light. Whoops. That.
Hey, Blake, can you send my lantern up a bit?
Yeah, I mean, up this rusty ladder, 40 feet, and it looks like It looks like the remain, like a wooden trapdoor that's rotted. You can see like grass and soil and weeds that have kind of like come through it. And a little bit of light, like daylight. Just a
You
little
tell
bit.
any of us that?
Yeah. Looks like that leads up to sunlight.
That probably goes out to the courtyard somewhere. Maybe under one of those guard towers or something.
Maybe.
So if we're looking to sneak up, that doesn't seem a good option.
There's grass peeking through.
Yeah.
It's probably way overgrown. Yeah, we'd have to.
Or
We're here.
even if it's not overgrown, we're still going to have to cross whatever ground is between that and the keep to get into the keep.
Sure.
I think the stairs are the better option.
Okay.
I'm with Polaris
I'm
on
okay
this.
with the stairs.
All right. Well, if I'm in the minority, I'll go with the group.
You're always in the minority.
But
Not always.
hey, at least we know this is
Only
here.
among sighted people.
I think most of the group. Never mind.
Most of the
I'm gonna
group has
drop the
2
sword.
eyes.
So you're going back to the.
Can I at least peek up just to see what's over there? If it opens?
Personally, I don't think that thing's
Sure.
gonna open, but if you want to, go
Sure,
for it.
climb a 40-foot rusted ladder to go look out into a
I've
courtyard.
found worse.
Tetanus.
Yeah.
Figaro's
I've slept on worse.
Figaro's lantern unhooks and starts floating up with you.
I don't need it.
All right.
I see in the dark.
Well, fine then.
I'm just gonna climb up real quick.
I reach into
Real
my pocket
quick.
with my spell cards. I find the
Real
feather
quick,
fall
Rabbit.
spell.
Yeah.
Listen, Mr. Open Up Everything, triggering fights.
I
I can look.
I dig around through my component pouch for a second. I take out a grasshopper leg and I tuck it in your pocket like it has jump on you.
So roll a percentage die. As you
Percentage. Perfection or percentage?
percentage. As you're starting to roll, you can feel that this rusty ladder has got some age on it. It's a little bit rickety. The weight with your armor yourself is straining it as you're moving the 40 feet. What'd you roll?
54,
Okay, roll again. You get the first 30 feet, no trouble.
43.
Okay, and then but it really feels unstable as you get to the top, and you can see that the wooden trap door is like sagging, and again you can see a little bit of light through the cracks, not enough to like see out, and then grass and weeds and other things around the corners and through some of the edges and cracks that has like grown in or been forced in.
I'm gonna put my shield up to the door and like brace myself on the ladder and just try to like
Okay, roll in athletics.
20.
20. Okay, nice.
Dirty.
Dirty
Does
20,
that leverage
30, 20.
break the ladder rungs, like pushing against it?
As you push through it, it seems to the trapdoor itself just
Alignment
collapses.
is double.
It just
That's
feels
what
like it
alignment
is the
Yeah.
age and
Yeah, like
and-
molded wood.
exactly, but there's some weight upon it,
Like soil?
and so you
Yeah.
can feel the resistance as you push through. It collapses and then comes rushing down on you. You need to make a dex save to see if it pushes you off.
Can I have advantage because I have the shield up?
That will protect you from some damage.
Nice.
Well, actually, 19.
19. All right, so and then roll a
a
percentage.
save, give us +1 on the saving throw.
Percentage.
So it doesn't knock you off, and you have debris falling around you. And then roll the percentage die.
Oh,
12.
12. Okay.
So it's a great roll
You-
if we're playing a different game.
Well, you feel like even with your dexterity save, you feel like the ladder is almost collapsing below you.
Okay.
It manages to hold as debris comes falling down, and it's not just from the trapdoor. It's other things on top of it: lumber, wood, some like canvas type material, or leather actually, thin leather that's rotten is falling down around you, and it comes down for a few seconds,
Oh my
as
God.
if there's a lot of material that collapses in and expands even the hole. You manage to stay up there. You see below you, it all kind of falls in. You were below.
Not
Looking
directly
up.
below.
I don't think I
yeah,
have
I'll
to
say yeah.
Make a
fuck it.
dexterity save as you see this stuff just falling down.
figure out, watch out.
Now you see it coming down. I'll give you advantage.
I'll take advantage. This one I don't actually need it. That is a 20.
Okay, yeah, easy. So you see the debris coming down, and you get out of the way, and it just piles up around you, and then it ends.
I'm just totally there.
Yep. And you got your shield up, and you can see the light bright coming down. Feel the humidity of the morning. That's but the bright sun
Quick
upon your
look.
shield.
I look at the pile of stuff on the ground. Does it have a doll in it?
Passively, no. You can roll
All right,
perception if
I'll,
you want.
I'll look up the.
Down below.
Yeah, no thanks.
So
Made it already.
he's, with his shield, he's mostly blocking.
Little late.
Yeah, but you can see the light pouring around
You
him.
can
I'm just
Jump
gonna
90
go for
feet.
poke my head up,
Okay.
see what I see out there.
As you do so, you find yourself on the outside of the keep, and all around you is debris from the siege tower.
Got
And
it.
so you're outside, on the facing that you came up, actually, I believe, and came into or did you come through the?
We entered through that tower with the three floors.
We entered through
Yeah,
the
where the-
main gate
Oh, the main gate,
because
right?
the road.
Oh,
was
entered the
safest.
place for it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But you were able to, as the
we
road
saw
came
the
around, you
siege
saw
tower,
the
though,
siege tower.
yes.
Yeah, so it looks like a lot of the siege tower was like right there on top of this,
Okay.
and that's what what remnants of that fell down through. Maybe a little bone too, as there's a few skeletal figures that are now in
wonder if we
pieces.
would-
So we had already
Been
looted
searching
this
the
tower,
siege
then,
tower.
right?
What's that?
We had already been in this tower.
No, but you saw it
That's
as you were
fine, yeah.
coming up
Gotcha.
the road that curved around the keep to the front entry.
All right, I'm gonna just do a quick do I see anything shiny, anything interesting?
Roll perception as you look around, and it made some noise, but probably most of the noise was inside, down under the earth.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It's a nice morning. You don't see any other figures moving around. Nothing's running over. No other creatures of any kind.
All right, I'm gonna hop down because
you
of
look down,
Peppley's spell and just land.
You're gonna jump.
Yeah,
because
he
has-
casts jump on.
His
Oh.
jump distance is 90 feet currently.
Yeah, so I just kind of hop down. I'm feeling limber.
How does that protect you from a fall? That's a 40-foot fall.
I didn't say dip. His jump distance is just 90 feet. I don't know if it protects you from falling.
But does it give you?
If I can jump 90 feet because of a spell and I take falling damage from falling from the
But
jump,
I mean, if you're
His
only
jump
5
distance
foot
is 10
above
feet
the
times the strength
ground,
modifier, right?
I don't know.
how high can you jump? What does it say about? Does it say?
Well, so
you can
jump distance, as far as my knowledge is concerned, is 10
No,
feet.
no. I don't care about your knowledge. What's
No,
the
I'm
spell
just
saying?
saying it's 10 feet times your strength modifier.
Okay.
So his strength modifier is 3. That's 30 feet
Yeah.
he can naturally jump.
No.
But that's with a running
No.
jump. That's a running jump
Okay,
you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like a running long jump.
Yeah.
Jumping vertically is like 8 feet plus your strength modifier.
You can make a high
Well, so
jump
yeah, I don't
equal
know.
to 3 plus your strength modifier.
But what does the spell do? Does it allow
It triples
you?
your jump distance.
Okay.
So for a long jump, 90 feet. Whatever you want the rules
But
for the
that's
high
a,
jump
but
to
that's
be.
a running.
No,
long
no.
jump.
So
You
whatever
have
the
10
rules
feet
for the
from
high
that.
jump is, it's just triple that.
Okay,
Alright.
so that's probably what
18 feet.
I'll just climb down then.
you already said you jump.
Okay. Oh.
So,
Well-
but if your high jump,
Either
with
way,
jump-
if he starts falling, feather fall. I mean, Figaro had
Okay.
it ready as well.
all right, well, if it gives you 40 feet, your high jump, then you're not going to take any damage.
It gives me 20.
It gives him 20
Yeah.
with the jump.
You said it's 3 plus your strength, which for
All right,
him
fuck
would be
you.
6.
Roll dexterity
So
save
times
as
3
you
is
jump,
only 18.
thinking, oh well, the wizard put jump
What?
on me.
All right, 16.
All right,
high jump
so you
is 3
don't,
plus
you're
your
not,
strength.
you don't take
That's
any
a
damage,
running high
but as you land,
Standing
you don't,
high jump is
you don't
3
fall
plus
prone.
your
Ah,
strength divided
wait,
by 2.
roll with disadvantage because you're
So just
falling,
three.
you're
So
jumping
times
and falling
so just
among
9.
all the debris.
10.
10, you fall prone.
Okay.
But
you
on
don't-
soft dirt.
That's not soft dirt. It's just a siege tower. There's like splinters and
On soft boulders.
yeah.
Question: if we had went and
like
explored
the
that
weight
siege
that was
tower,
almost about
would one of us gonna fall through there?
Yeah, jump sucks.
Maybe.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up, brush dirt off me. Pippley, your spell is bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm fine. I
I
guess.
take my grasshopper leg out of your pocket.
I gotta be
like
careful
hold
because
that
you guys will
thing on
hold
my
this shit
nose and
against
blow
me
some
if I
dirt
don't
out.
do it right later.
Exactly. If you're fine.
That's why I'm Googling
then,
it right now.
Like, it wasn't bullshit.
Wow, I was a lot less graceful than I thought it was gonna be. Anyway, we got another method of what's it called when you leave? Not
Exfiltration.
ingress. It's,
Egress.
Egress.
No, that's a bird. Doesn't matter.
These are
We have another way to
character
leave.
No, that's Everest.
That's a mage.
What?
Fuck, I don't
We
know.
have another way to leave. It leads to the siege tower outside the ruins.
Escape.
Rabbit.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
case you didn't hear, he said he took his grasshopper leg back, so he's still got it.
Oh, I did. I specifically.
what?
My material component for jump is a grasshopper
Oh.
leg. I put it in his pocket. I took it back.
And I'm used to
Okay.
him rummaging in my pocket, so I don't even care.
Yeah. When I do it, you don't feel it.
Well, better hope I don't.
He likes it when
Yeah, the spell works really well if you have move to run.
Don't cast it on me when I'm on a ladder.
All right.
Oh, so you can put your arms out ahead of you to jump higher.
One quadruples your jump distance.
I thought that's when you wore a raccoon hat.
A what?
A raccoon hat? Doesn't that make you jump higher? Someone
Only
told me
in,
that
only
once.
in fighter school.
Does that not know where you are? Okay. Ignore me.
Okay. We usually do.
Sorry, we don't play those games.
All
So
right.
you're once again in a dust-filled corridor
This time without the explosions.
without the explosions.
Upstairs then?
Fine.
Right,
You
so going
can
back?
lead Polaris.
If only someone had said this was a better idea.
Hey, well, we got a method of escape. I don't think it was a complete waste of time.
It was still a method of escape if you hadn't done that to it.
Well, now it's instead of having. Never mind.
All right.
We learned things. We that you don't like learning things.
We head up the stairs.
Okay, who's going up the stairs first? It's about 40 feet.
Polaris will be first.
Okay. All right.
Shining your armor
So
as
as you rise the stairs into the cavernous subterranean area that you guys have been in for now hours, I guess,
Days.
rising into what appears to be the stone work of the inside of the keep itself. And coming up to the top of the stairs, again, it's completely dark. You're seeing how
With his light bulbs behind me.
behind you. Okay, so shining up.
Hipley has definitely learned at this point how to not obstruct everyone's vision by having them up, behind, wherever he needs to have.
Okay, but they still only have what, 10 feet of.
I can make 4 though, at 20 feet apart.
Okay, so then, but anyway, the first one is like right in front of him, or where are you putting this thing?
Over you, so it's not obstructing your.
Okay, so
On top of my helmet.
got it. So kind of just.
In,
Right where
in
your
between
jet
the
is.
horns. It's like
Okay.
It's like a spelunking lantern.
All right, so just hovering above your head as you
Yeah,
go
sure.
up the
his is in the
stairway.
shape of a torch. These 2 are globules. Back one is in the shape.
Whatever.
Okay. So the room that you're entering is larger than the light will reveal immediately, but what you do see is what appears to be the remains of an old temple. There's an altar that is centered on the wall, just at the edge of your light, and then just behind the altar is an 8-foot tall figure that kind of moves out of the gloom, looking towards you. A hammer is released
What the fuck?
as he throws forward.
Polaris is in front.
I did say Polaris.
The hammer comes end over end and hits you for 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and then disappears and returns to the outstretched hand
What was
once
that?
more. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh my god!
Are you Delvar?
Oh, so this is
So-
where you get your sword from him because he'll
Yeah.
get Thor's hammer.
Oh, that's sick.
And in your head, Polaris, you hear, "Oh, now you've done it." All right, welcome back, everyone. The group has made their way up to the lower level of the keep and into wood paneling over stone walls, where they've encountered a creature, a tall creature that appears to be a fire giant that has just thrust a hammer. Blazing hammer at Polaris as he came up. It's getting worse by the second. A blazing hammer at Polaris as he came up, taking just a little
We
bit of
all
damage.
just learned this information in real time.
Yeah.
That's right.
A minute ago, it was just a hammer.
And now it's a blazing hammer.
That was insane.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it
crazy.
popped him in the head and went spinning back. And now it's up to you guys. You can go into initiative or you can do something else. It's up to you.
I mean,
We
you
can
wanted
go
to be
to initiative.
legendary.
He threw a hammer at us already. I feel like initiative's the only
Yeah,
answer.
especially with
Well,
this one.
the rest of you just saw Polaris' head go punk and, the flaming hammer disappear.
That's all right.
Ooh, that's another dice for the shame corner.
Oh god, put it on a 2. No, take those off 20s. They don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put them on the rolls that they've been rolling for me consistently.
All right.
Anybody above a 20?
21.
No.
Who's
Nice.
that? Polaris?
Let's
Yep.
go, dude. Hey, anyone else concerned about the bloody slab?
Anybody above a
He said
15?
it was an altar.
Nope.
Oh, good.
Nobody above 15.
Oh, wait, let me see what fellows got. Oh,
That's
All
bad.
right, nobody
yeah,
above 15.
fellows got a 15.
Fellows, okay. All right, anybody above a 10?
12.
Pipley? 5?
5 exactly.
Oh god.
Really?
It's called
Okay.
rolling a 2 on the die, my friend.
All right, so where are Pathos and Doll?
Pathos is 4, Dallas 3.
Wow.
Because those are some 3 dice.
Yes. I rolled 2
All
threes.
right. All right, so Polaris, you just got popped in the head by this giant that is just looming out of the darkness in front of you. What are you going to do?
I don't see any other doors in this room. It's just a.
Strange.
It is strange.
Weird.
Okay.
Unusual.
How tall is that altar? Is that altar sized appropriately for us?
Yeah, I mean, it's a typical altar. It's probably, chest high.
Typical altar
It's
that you
just high,
find.
like 10 feet long.
As you do.
Yes. Yes. Again, this seems to be the remnants of a ruined temple.
Okay. Polaris is gonna first move into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going this way so other people can get up.
So the light is expanding forward now, and it's diminishing some of the darkness around where the giant is standing. And you can see it's almost like an overlay of the creature that's attacking you, and you can see an identical image of like a stone statue in the same place.
Wait, what?
So, like, with the
It's like
stone
they're
statue that
a
protects
there's
statue.
A statue, but its ghost is in the same place and attacking us, like that. Like a.
Yes, it's like
Like it's
they
blurred?
maintain the same space
Okay.
So it's
and the
like
same
that-
height and everything. They're identical, but one is clearly a statue, and the other one is like animated, moving
Okay.
through it and out of it as if
An animated image or an
Image.
animated. Okay.
like an image
Got
moving,
you.
separate from the statue.
All right. Can I get in between that altar and the wall?
Yes, you can. You can get.
Okay,
oh well, as long as you have the majority of on that side. If you have, the other side certainly, and this side if you have
You have
at
the
least
movement to get
3/4.
this way.
If you have only half, it's difficult terrain.
Base me with the thing. I'm gonna draw my hammer and attack.
Okay, make your attack.
That would be a miss.
Ooh.
What'd you roll?
What?
What'd you roll?
A trace.
Oh, you don't add anything to increase?
I do, but
There's no way.
when you
It's a
roll a
fire
3,
giant,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter unless you've got plus 15.
Or if you're fighting a slime.
That's valid.
Okay, so you miss. Again, the thing seems about 8 feet tall, so it's just below the height of the ceiling, and
I'm gonna yell, Dell, time to go big!
it's up.
It's morphing.
in the initiative, attempting to, well, somehow, as it throws as it throws once again, it seems to spin out, but very briefly, obviously, and you get hit, bunked in the head again.
Did you roll at disad?
Yep. Because we're
Didn't
at
I heard
range.
one die hit?
No, there were 2. 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Wait, are you the heavy arrow master or is that Dom?
I am.
That is
I'm the heavy arrow. Right.
Do you
Oh, you
minus-
took it later, right?
What? Yeah.
Do you subtract 3 because it's
Yes.
bludgeoning damage? Just making sure it wasn't magic.
And then once again, this flaming hammer just returns to its hand.
Is it magic?
What?
Would it be magic damage? It is.
Would it be magic?
We both have DR3 to non-magical things.
Yeah, I would say that it's definitely magical in nature. I mean, it's a flaming hammer.
That's what I thought.
Well,
I mean-
but is it a flaming hammer or is it a magical hammer?
Well, I mean, it's
Am I taking magical damage or am I taking
Yes.
bludgeoning damage?
yes,
Okay.
Well, it's still bludgeoning damage if it's magic.
it's magical bludgeoning damage.
Thank you.
Some people, man.
Just a question. Yeah.
You're not taking like
No.
separate fire damage or anything like that. It's just
Okay.
it feels hot.
All right.
So Fellows is up with Pipley on deck.
Fellows is going to.
It's difficult terrain to get through all 3.
How wide are the stairs?
10 feet.
Huh?
They're 10 feet wide.
Oh, 10 feet.
Oh.
Never mind, not difficult.
Fellows is going to get up into the room
You may have to move the little partition there.
all the way up.
25.
There you go. And shoot. We've only got stuff at magic missile at that thing.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Do you need
Is
D4?
he aiming for the statue or the image?
I'm aiming. Can you aim for the image? It's taking up the exact same place.
Yeah, they're. I mean,
Magic missile always hits and it's one creature, so I would argue he could target either or.
you can target whatever you want,
Well, you can
but
split up.
they're maintaining the same spin. And it almost seems like again an overlay when it's not moving forward or moving to attack.
Yes. That's 8 points.
Okay, so you watch as the force of the magic missiles, the beach bolt hits, shattering into the statue itself. The image doesn't seem to react at all, but the statue certainly does, as parts of it and pieces of it fracture and blow off, creating these big divots in the statue itself. Anything else from Fellows?
Yes, move him 5 feet into the room with his last movement. There you go. And he's gonna say, "You guys get up here!"
Okay.
Is that how he talks?
And the fire
I guess tonight it is.
legendary action to hit Fellows and kill him in 1 hit.
Are you using what weapon is Polaris using right now?
Warhammer.
Okay.
I said he drew his hammer. to
Okay,
attack.
I just wanted to make sure I
It's a
knew.
statue. I'm
Got it.
not dulling my new
Okay.
sword.
Pipley with Figaro on deck.
Your magic sword?
My new sword.
10, 15. I will come around the corner and go, oh my! This is not good. I will fiddle around in my back pouch and I will pull out a little just tool hammer. I'll toss it in the air and I will swing at it with my staff and cast catapult.
Okay. Okay, you're not actually trying
No,
to.
the hammer is the item.
Got it.
for
Got it.
catapult.
Okay.
He just
so
wants aesthetics.
yeah, I'm with you. All right.
It's
So
still a spell attack.
is that a?
Oh, it is a save. It's a dex save
Dex
on
save?
your part. I always forget that. Thank you.
All right. It doesn't try to avoid it. It does nothing in any effort to avoid the attack.
Am I rolling damage?
And yeah, go and roll your damage.
Magical bludgeoning.
As you watch your little hammer go spinning over end and impacting the statue.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so more fracturing, more shards of
shatters
the
across
statue
its face.
breaking off, clearly of stone. You said 8?
Yes.
Okay.
No, 10.
10. Okay, anything else from Pipley?
Yes, I am going to use my last 5 feet because you said this hallway is technically 10.
Yeah, you can move
I'm gonna
that partition to
technically
give
back
you
up
10.
behind Dahl right now, but it's well. If I do that, I'm blocking the pathway to the altar, so we'll know that the
Okay.
hallway is 10.
All right.
But I'd like to be behind the partition.
All right, so after when Pipley's done, Figro's up with Pathos on deck and Dahl
Spell slot too.
bringing up the rear.
Cool. I'll pop into the room. What do I pop into the room, go 1 foot forward. What do I see around the room?
In the room itself is the altar, of course, and you can see the stains of crimson on top of the altar. You can see the fire giant, of course, that is standing in that strange warbling image on top of the statue that's now been damaged pretty well. I mean, it's taken a lot of damage. 8 feet tall, and there are, aside from that, just passively, other elements, temple elements that are like carved into the wall. That, you know.
I'll use my action to. It's a stone statue doing some magic bullshit. I'll use my action to see if I could find like a lever or a switch or something that might turn it off.
Where are you looking?
Perception, like just a. I was going to see if like perception, if there is a obvious thing
Okay,
that I
all
can
right,
find.
go ahead and
pops
make
up.
a roll.
Cool. Pick a die. Clearly, anything I pick is cursed.
This one.
Cool. That is a 22.
Okay, you don't see any levers or buttons or anything that, you know, mechanical, but you do note as you're looking at the statue itself that there seems to be a chalice, a rather large chalice, probably almost a foot high and about 8 inches in diameter, that is sitting at the base of the statue. And it's not made of stone. It's made of some bright metal, maybe gold, silver.
Is it full of the blood of Gnomies?
Probably.
Gnomish Christ.
Anything else from Figaro?
Like it looked like the chalice is right below him.
It's like between the statue's feet. Yeah. On the other side of the altar. So.
Let me just make sure that Ledgerman doesn't let me use Mage Hand and cast it and do a thing at the same time.
You should Thunderwave.
Yeah, I should Thunderwave in this closed room. I'll kill fellows. It's great. Okay.
Good thing it's only wood paneling. Of course, that could be a quick exit from the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like behind this wood paneling would just. Oh wait. We went up, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. I understand.
Yeah, we're in the ruins.
Yeah. Took my brains.
And the floor is stone for the most part.
While Camille's doing that, can you see if Pathos can move up 30 feet? Be in range?
It's difficult terrain through us.
No, because it's 10 feet wide. If I
30 is here.
okay.
Behind Fenris.
Then, no, I can't use my bonus action to both summon and control it. So, fuck it. This gets me 25. Can I, get on top of this?
Yeah, you can jump on top of it.
Cool.
It doesn't look slick. It looks like old, dried blood from a long time ago.
Cool, and then I'll try and grab the chalice.
Do you have an action?
I don't know if it's a free action to pick up a thing on the ground.
Well, it would be normally,
You're
but you're
chest high now. He said the altar's chest high.
yeah. So you'd have to you could be prone over it, I guess, if that's what you want.
I'd be willing to do that.
I don't see that.
Okay, so if you want to be prone over it, I still don't think you can reach it.
Okay.
Because, chest high. That's at least I don't.
You're gonna be
Maybe
right
you
there
could
with that
stretch.
thing.
Maybe you're human. How tall is Figaro?
Like 5'8", 5'9".
All right, so you know what? Roll in athletics or acrobatics, whichever
Thank you.
one.
I prefer acrobatics.
See if you can kind of stretch in there
Well,
and grab
You
it.
should know not
The
better
dice
than to
doesn't.
make me roll a fucking die.
Oh, well,
That's a 9.
no. So you just out of reach, you know,
Cool,
as you stretch forward, unable to grab it.
Bonus action. Then I'll use my bonus action dash to get.
You
off
gotta
this.
If she dashes.
No, yeah, that's why I say.
Like get off this with like 10 feet.
All right, so it's going to have an opportunity attack on you with the
Yeah,
hammer.
I figure.
Rather than throwing it, it just strikes and hits for.
Shield. Adds 5 to my AC.
Okay,
AC 20.
25.
Hits with a 25. Yikes.
Hits with a 25. 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Reaction, I take 3 of that with my shield.
Okay, so you absorb 3.
Cool. I'm unhappy.
Figaro got
We're
hit.
gonna be in reach.
Yeah, I figured. It's fine.
Okay, Pathos, you're up with Dahl on deck.
Pathos is gonna dash, get onto the altar, and not do anything else.
Okay.
And then Dal is going to move and be on the other side of Pathos on the altar.
Okay.
I should have enough movement.
Like
to get
here?
up there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Running jump. See? Running jump. Up, 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 boom. You're on top.
I can only go big one more time, and I don't know if this thing is worth it. How does the statue look?
That looks pretty smashed up. It's not
Yeah.
destroyed. I mean, it still has its basic form.
I saved you some.
If you really want to, you could like Morg Schwab where you hit around the handle and then use the hilt as a bludgeoning
I need
mace.
to take that shield feat where I can attack with my shield. I feel like I've been doing it a lot lately. But I'll
Do either of
just-
those two have a action at this point? Or
Pathos dashed. Dal
Okay.
is going to attack.
Okay.
He's going to use. He's going to try to hit it with his shield, which I'm guessing. What does that do again?
Shield bash?
Yeah, I don't have that feat though. So is it disadvantage or?
It would be, I guess, an improvised weapon.
You just can't do it.
1d4 plus strength.
That's fine. I'm guessing a. Hang on, it's a +2 shield. So I'm not proficient with it. So 5, 13 won't hit, right?
No, it does.
It does. Okay.
Again, you're basically striking a statue that's just sitting there.
So 6 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
6 points. Okay, so
Equal like an 8, right?
again, hitting it with your shield, just bashing forward, bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
You watch as a few more, crumbles, stone crumbles off the stone statue, still maintaining the majority of its form. Anything else from Dahl?
That'll be it.
All right, that'll put us top of the round, Polaris.
Okay. Polaris is gonna swing again.
Okay,
15.
it hits.
Yay!
Massive.
That's something. Let me find a die that I. Woo. 9 points.
9 points. As you smash into it with your
Warhammer.
the entire the structural integrity of the statue just implodes, and your hammer goes through. You watch as the parts and pieces just kind of split and break and goes crashing to the ground all around your feet. And with that, the image just dissipates of the fire giant into oblivion. And we're out of initiative.
Great.
Oh, that was anticlimactic. This is dope.
The hell?
What?
It hit me.
Yeah.
You okay?
That's so
Yeah.
rude.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, that thing hurts like a bitch.
Yeah, you okay, Fig?
I'll live.
That could have been much worse.
I'm gonna give Figaro my last 5 points of healing.
Okay.
Very kind of you.
I'm gonna reach down and pick up the chalice.
Right, so it's like under some of the debris, but miraculously, as delicate as it looks, it does not appear to be damaged in any way.
Can I get an idea of what it's worth?
Yeah, I mean, just spitballing, it looks like it's worth about 500 gold. Made of silver and gold with platinum edging.
Dude, we're making money.
Can I take a
Yeah,
Let
so.
me take a closer look at that. Does it look similar to the platter, cup, and thing that we saw in picture that we saw in the basement?
No,
room?
it looks entirely different. This looks more like something Pathos would certainly, and Polaris, the paladins, would recognize it as a chalice used in probably holy rites.
Gotcha.
Does it have a specific holy symbol on it?
It does not.
Non-denominational.
And yeah,
Okay. Into the bag.
Yep.
Into the back hammer space. When you described the room, did you say that there were like stuff on the wall? Or...
Yeah, there's like
There's
the.
no doors.
It looks like some of the wood paneling has actually
He's
been
right.
carved around the stone wall, which is clearly behind it, and it's been smoothed out with plaster, and you can see that there's been various designs, pictures, like a bas relief, but they've all been kind of like distorted and scratched and blotted out, so that you can't see anything clearly of whatever the original images were.
Cool. I'll take a look around, see if I can find any like hidden passages out of the room.
Okay, where do you want to look?
I will assist.
I'll
This is what I was
try
gonna
the wall over
Okay,
this, like this wall.
go ahead and make an investigation check.
Cool.
Can I, and I hate to do this to you, can I actually make a separate roll for this wall?
Because he doesn't want to have my tainted dice
No,
affected.
because I have +6.
Yep, you can
Yeah,
both
that's
make
fair.
those rolls, investigate.
Oh,
Now, you're looking at a 10-foot square area each, so you can separate yourselves.
21.
21, okay. And Figaro?
Which side do you want? No.
Oh, I thought you were doing the other wall.
I was going to do this wall.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, go right there.
Cool.
10 feet.
So no, that's only like a 11.
Okay. Well,
Tapping it like with my staff, trying to see any noises for hollowness behind it.
yeah, so fortunately, Pipley, you do detect what appears to be a section of the wall that can be slid to the left, and if you do so, perhaps there's a passage behind it.
Well, I will call out to one of my bigger friends and say, Polaris was right. There are no doors in this room. However, I believe I found a panel that I can move out of the way. If you two would like to come behind me, I'm more than happy to move it. I don't want to get grabbed.
Sounds good.
No
Before-
napped, as one would say.
Before we do that, mind if I?
Who would say that?
I don't know.
Is there anything else behind or around
I say that when he's sleeping.
the thing, the altar?
The altar, you can check it if you like. Roll that.
Is it still covered in blood?
Again,
Thank you.
it's
That long.
it's dried old. Yes, the top of it.
No.
Like sacrifice blood. It's what I can infer. Like, just take a look to see if there's anything like hidden, any
Sure.
switch-
Roll an investigation.
or even any words carved into it.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, that's an 11. So, that is a 14.
Okay, so the best you can tell is this looks like it's an ancient bluestone altar that has no adornments whatsoever. Do you have a religious? You don't have any religion background
I
at all,
don't
do you?
know.
So I mean, so you wouldn't understand the significance of that, maybe. But yeah, it has nothing significant to a religion that you can tell. You know, for anything, and then there are no hidden of anything of any kind.
Cool. My thing is more like high society breaking into parties and stealing shit as the service.
Yeah, definitely
So,
wouldn't find one of these in there normally.
Cool. All right.
Well, I begin to.
Oddly desecrated temple with a place where people were sacrificed and a non-denominational chalice.
Yes.
This wouldn't happen to be like an evil place. Obviously evil, but like magically evil.
I don't know.
I wouldn't know. I'm asking
Well,
the room and possibly
most
people
of
who
the
sense
time-
evil.
Well, I guess technically any religion thinks they're doing it for good, but most of the time, if it's truly good, there's not bloody altars in the room.
Yeah, there-
Pathos will divine sense at Figaro's urging.
Sad.
Are there any, like, I don't know, what religions do humans sacrifice? I mean, I know the bad
All-
ones do.
All of them.
All
Yeah.
of them?
Yeah, a lot.
Great, there's a reason I never went to church.
And again, just remind me that divine sense does not sense anything behind full cover,
No.
like on the other side of a wall.
No.
Okay. that's
Correct, but it can tell if a space is hallowed or
Curse.
Consecrated.
yeah.
right. It can tell desecration.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Can
consecration.
sense anything affected by.
It's consensual.
Well, it's clearly a desecrated temple. To what god? Who knows? At this point, but you don't sense any evil.
Just making
It's
sure.
clearly been desecrated, but
How long does that last? Is that instantaneous or
that's just
duration?
one round.
Okay.
I'm sliding the panel away from the wall.
Okay, it slides very easily and makes very little noise as it just slides on like slides.
Is it in like a slit in the wall, or am I just moving like wall and then it's just on the back of the wall?
You like push it in, and then it slides between the stone
spaces?
and the,
Okay, cool.
yeah, and the wooden paneling, and reveals an opening on the other side. Yeah, you can take that. And here is the opening on the other side. Now this room is in somewhat disarray, and there we go. Just kind of pushes in. As you immediately feel the dampness heavy over this room, the humidity that you didn't feel downstairs or in the room that you were just occupying or you're in now. It just kind of rushes out at you. It doesn't feel particularly hot or warm. As a matter of fact, it feels kind of like a cold, shivery dampness.
Look at Short Stack jumping in there first.
Yeah.
And inside, what you see is a desk. There's a bookcase with various books, a chair that's been knocked over, a brazier, and a bed that's kind of off kilter and kind of sagging, but still, with some blankets and sheets upon it that look moldy and gray.
I look around the room,
That's what you see.
and then I look at my friend. Remember the last time we were in a room with a bookcase and a bed?
I do.
Desk?
Let's not set the bookcase on fire this time.
I run over to the bookcase.
I meant to imply let's not run in because there might be a spirit in there.
I said it.
All right, so you're at the bookcase. You see that there's at least 2 score books in various condition on the bookcase itself.
I'm gonna put my hammer away and draw my sword. Watch for my new sword.
If you want to look through the bookcase, I'll help.
And
Okay.
watch as Pipley and Figaro endanger their lives.
So glad you didn't tarnish my edge on that statue.
I would
I
like.
appreciate that, by the way.
I would like to look through the book.
That's gonna get old quick.
Roll a D100.
Yoink.
I was helping him look through it, so in case there's anything interesting.
53.
All right, you can both roll D100s.
Yeah. 70.
Okay, so there's a book that's entitled
Nice.
entitled-
That's what I wanted.
Wood versus Thatched, and it's clearly about the 2 different styles of
thatching?
roofs. Yes, wood
Fuck
versus
yeah, dog.
thatched. And then Figaro, what'd you roll?
70.
Oh, okay. Interestingly enough, a book entitled 101 Mockeries
I'll take it.
by Steggy the Bard.
We now have to go buy a like joke book. You can just tell me if this is a no. I'd like to narrow my search for anything that seems like an
No.
arcane tome.
Okay. All right. So roll another D100. You know what? Roll an investigation at disadvantage.
Can I help?
Sure.
So straight roll.
Yep.
Let's go. 22.
Okay. Great roll, but I mean nothing appears to be
Okay. All right. Satisfied.
a tome or an arcane mage, a tome of any librum of any kind.
Okay.
It's like a magic leaflet that's stuck inside of another book.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. From what just looking at the books, none of them look.
I walk
at
over
that
to Polaris.
level.
I hand him the book, and I said, "Try it sometime. It's good." And I walk away.
What's the cover say?
Thatching.
Which one? The one that he
I
got?
handed him the roof
Thatch or
thatching
what?
book.
Oh, Wood versus Thatched by Brennan Durian.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I throw it over my shoulder.
That's exactly what I expect.
Do you want me to help you with the cabinet over there, or do you want me to...
No, I mean, our
I'll check under... Actually, I'll check under the bed.
What are
friends.
you-
I'm not.
what
I
are
didn't
you
touch anything
guys-
else. I didn't touch anything else.
What are you guys doing?
Looting.
I just wanted the bookshelf.
Is-
I'm done. I'm waiting
is-
for you guys now.
Is the object to find this guy and clear evil, or is the object to loot under the bed and in the closet?
I think
Says the guy that picked up a sword out of a pile of gold being watched by
Pile
two
of gold.
beholders.
Pile of gold.
abandoned room.
All that I wanted was
There could be a
possible.
pile of gold in the cabinet. We don't know.
He's not a
Polaris,
hypocrite, isn't
Polaris
he?
is gonna head over and try the door.
Spells would be very useful to me. That's
Okay.
all I wanted to look for.
So the door
carpet.
does not appear to have any type of a lock or keyhole, just the typical latch oak door.
I'll try it.
Okay, it's unlocked.
I open it.
Okay. All right, so you can go ahead and remove the cloth.
Be good.
Dunsies.
No, okay.
That appears to be a fire.
Oh, yes.
This room is a gold.
Yeah, so you can open that door. And looking inside, there's the desk, there's the...
Can we remove
This
the
door.
door?
apparently I combine the descriptions of these rooms somehow.
Oh,
Good, great.
So the bookcase, there's the one that you just looted,
Got it.
and then there's that the desk.
okay.
So I guess I'll.
But again, it's just kind of like a no organized. It looks like it's just kind of been just over. It's very dusty over time. Things look like they've shifted or are
You know
been
what's funny?
moved.
Okay, so
Although they're
couldn't
not
see.
like ruined. The furniture.
Are there any monsters in here for us to kill?
No, you don't see any creatures.
Why don't you guys check the desk, see if there's
Yeah.
any notes about this Thorpen guy?
Okay, well, if they're all moving on to the next room, I'm opening the cabinet that's in the room we're leaving, because I'm not leaving that
I
unchecked.
accidentally said I was in this room, even though I wouldn't have left. Actually,
What-
can you also look
oh,
for the carpet
What cabinet? This?
Yeah.
cabinet?
Oh, right. Okay.
So Doll went to that cabinet.
So you're
yeah. So
technically
inside
done,
is
right?
completely empty.
Okay, and I'll check the carpet that's in the room real
it's
quick. Just
Okay.
whip it up, making sure.
Yeah, nothing under it other than the stone floor.
All right,
And
clear.
a lot of dust was
Check
in
under
the
the
air.
bed.
Not
Might be a
yet.
monster.
Under the
Might
bed?
be- or there might be porn under it.
I'll grab the bed and just sort of lift it up and look under.
Okay, so all this I'm doing passively, unless you want to roll.
strength,
yeah.
So okay, so as you pick it up, you see under the bed is
Yes, buddy?
a straight. It's very dusty, but there's this one spot that has kind of like displaced some of the dust, and it is kind of like an oval, about 5.5 feet long by maybe 3 feet wide, directly under the bed, like toward the center of the bed.
Nothing else.
But
about it?
on the floor, the dust has been displaced.
I'm looking like under the bed itself.
Okay, some broken slats
Okay.
and it sags.
Big, can you come here for
Mold.
a second?
Yeah. Why don't you fellows look at it?
That too, him too. Bring him.
He's in the room.
He's
with
right
you.
behind you.
Stop sneaking up on me. He's literally been
Actually,
standing there
he's
the
in
whole
front of you if you're looking at the bed.
Oh, I
Good
see.
times.
Is a
Polaris, where did
oval under your bed.
where did everyone
I don't
go?
know. It looks suspicious, and I'm not versed in magic.
Fuck, I'll wait here, Polaris says. What are you doing?
I'm asking the people that are versed in magic what it means.
Perhaps if you move the bed out of the way.
Why are you talking like in?
What kind of magic horse shit are you playing with?
As I came into
Oh God,
as I came into this room, this accent,
that was the death chord.
it comes over me.
Well, I can.
Move the bed and I will check the oval.
I moved the bed.
There's an oval of disturbed dust.
Yes. It's an oval of
Can I
disturbed
see
dust.
floor under the
Yes, yes.
Polaris or fellows will step into the oval.
Okay. It's
It's a bear
it's
circle.
stone
Protects
floor
you from
deprived of
seekers.
dust.
It is nothing, but something was here. He's gone now.
All right. Well, if you guys ain't worried about it, I ain't worried about it. I just thought it looked weird.
You know what? Fuck it. We have time while we're looking around. Yeah, or
I mean, we got plenty of time till
I
nightfall.
think we're just making the time. It's not
Yeah,
that we
cool.
have it. We're
So-
making the time.
ritual cast detect magic. Then.
Okay.
Okay.
I figure I could just do that while you guys do other further investigations and searching and such.
Polaris is gonna do his crossword while we wait 10 minutes.
Oh, that one.
So within the two chambers that this suite occupies, there seems to be just the overall power of the room has some magical sense to it. It's a very negative energy.
Does it feel necrotic?
necrotic.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's very vague.
Like if I was going to touch something, it feels a little chilly, kind of thing.
But everything else bears no magical aura.
Cool. Can you lift the bed again?
Yep.
Cool. Any
At this point, I just moved it to the
Yeah.
side.
anything around that circle?
It seems to be a heavy lingering of the necrotic energy there, but again, it's far weaker than if you were to like be confronted by an undead creature. You know,
Cool.
as an example.
And while it's still up, I'll pull out the chalice. Is it just a ritual object, or does
No,
this look like
no,
actual magic from this?
enchantment.
Enchantment?
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't tell you if it's divine or not, would it? No, that's not part of the spell. It says School of Magic.
Yeah,
Enchantment.
enchantment.
Huh, that's interesting. That brings to mind fear or charm. I'll put it back in.
What are they doing in there, Pipley?
I have no idea.
Uh,
I just wanted books, so that was the only thing I cared about.
join you in this room.
Yeah. I'll go.
Yeah, none of the
they're
books.
back.
None of the books are magical.
That's fine.
Look,
Nothing.
if you guys don't like money, then by all means go on ahead, but we're gonna take our time and loot this place. We've already made a ton. No reason to leave any stone unturned.
In the chest over here, like
He checked that.
He looked at
you looked through, it was empty.
Yeah, it was completely empty. There was nothing in that
Just making sure.
whatsoever.
except for the false bottom.
And none of the rugs are happening to glow like they're enchanted with fuck you energy, right?
Nope.
Cool.
Or flying.
They're all Doctor Strange capes.
This looks like a double door coming out.
Yes.
Did anyone
So
check the desk?
Didn't you check the desk?
I was going to, but then
The
I got
one that
distracted by
I-
the bed.
Told you guys to check.
I straight thought that he did. Before you continue, Ravik, may I check that desk?
yeah, sure.
Oh,
So
I didn't
you
realize
can
that
see the
when you
remnants of
walked away that
writing
you
writing
didn't.
material, some moldy papers. Anything that was ever written on them has been long since just faded to the point that it's just illegible.
Is it just regular paper?
Yeah, it looks like, but old and very brittle. You know, as you falling apart as you touch any of it. Some ink that is just dried within the well.
Is there anything to make a roll on, or is it just?
No, I mean it's
Alright.
again, and with the magical detect magic still operating, nothing
Desk is clear.
comes up.
the fire, like that fire, is it just like magic? Like what kind
It's
of?
not even
Okay, is it
lit.
lit?
No, it's
Okay.
not
It's a
even-
bridge here.
You're depending upon your light sources right now.
Remember, he said he combined the rooms. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's just the brazier.
Cool. And just to be complete,
Mm-hmm.
check underneath the rug in this room.
In this room, okay. Again, a flurry of dust in the air,
sneeze.
and underneath just the pattern where it's sat, as if it has never been or hasn't been moved in a long time.
Cool. All right, the tech magic will stay up for like 10 minutes.
Mhm.
I'd say used up a bunch of that in here.
These are double doors.
Yes, and it has a keyhole.
Does it have a latch?
Yes.
I'll
mhm.
just
Yep.
open it.
All right, it's locked.
Fuck!
Want me to get the door?
Somebody needs to.
Cool. Go to the door. Is it? It's locked, I assume.
Yes. Yes.
Roll to.
Mhm.
I'll check for traps
Okay,
first.
go ahead.
Finally, I rolled a better number. That's a 20. Okay, what's it? 24.
Okay, it does not appear to be trapped.
What are you doing in
But the
there?
lock mechanism does seem different from the ones that were down in the caverns.
Well, I used up my good roll earlier,
Oh,
so that's a
no.
10.
10. Yeah, no luck.
It's brittle.
I walk up behind Figaro. I tap on the door. It unlocks. Cast knock.
So you tap on the door. You punch
Oh.
the door.
That's a bad idea.
All right,
Why?
so boom.
Because
No, that's not how that works. It just unlocks. It doesn't shoot.
No,
it
I think
open.
it pretty much.
knock
No,
can be
no.
heard from like 100 feet away. Knock is boom.
So in
Yeah.
all honesty, I didn't know that.
I
Well,
didn't
now
know
you
that
do.
Either.
Yeah, knock is like.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
knock-
I'm not a
Well,
very
knock
good.
just unlock the door.
No.
Knock unlocks. Well, knock can just unlock
Pipley
the
would have
door, but
known
it does
that,
it with
though,
so
right?
much
Maybe,
noise.
maybe not. Maybe he's
No,
never used it
Pipley
before.
would have known that. Matt doesn't know that. If that's
Well-
the case, I would not have done that.
Actually, it's used primarily to say, unlock arcane locks.
My character would.
Actually, either.
No, I believe you.
Last time.
My character would have known that.
Yeah, so that's pretty much. You basically just cast a thunder wave
So, Pipley would have known
But
that.
without the
Matt
damage.
just doesn't know that. I would have not done that if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
I know you hate retconning, but Matt doesn't know that.
All right, so what do you want to do?
May you give me this one leeway, please?
I suppose.
Pipley knows how his spells
I
work.
was going to say, I don't do anything.
I don't know that everybody knows how their spells work unless they've actually used them.
Yeah,
before.
because the ones that I have are the spells that I'm trained in, which is why they're such a mess.
All right, but I'm not going to argue that. So yes, you can decide
Pipley does not.
how you want
I
to handle
say
it.
it's one of my lock picks manages to break because it was rusty before and I pull it out of the
Well,
door.
why'd you do that?
Well, this one was fucked up.
Just unlock it.
I knew a centaur that used the bones of his family as lockpicks before.
Yeah, that's because he whispered to his dead sister and she did the work for him.
It's an urban legend.
Didn't hear that part.
Pipley pulls out crowbar. Would this help?
Can I try the lock again, even if it's harder?
Yeah, so the way I have in the past, just because you fail at unlocking a lock mechanism doesn't mean that you can't try again. So what I do is roll a d4, and that will give you the number of times that you can attempt that lock before you realize that it's not. All right, so you get another shot at it. One more shot. If you fail at this, then you just realize it's hopeless.
Yeah. The metal has fused.
Just punch the door really hard.
We're gonna have to
with the
kick
lock.
this shit open.
Okay, yeah, this lock has rusted shut.
So I say to everyone, I could open it, but it's gonna be really loud.
So was us kicking it, so it's up to
No,
you.
but like mine's really loud.
Right, I'm gonna step
You want
back
this
and
one or
let
you want me to
guys
do it?
Go ahead. This is a double door. Might be weaker than a regular one. You might be able to do it.
Try to kick right in the middle with a 14.
Athletics?
Yep.
Okay. Roll at advantage.
Oh, cool. Okay.
The dice shatter.
Or a different.
I mean, you're dealing with
It
some.
landed on a 16. Do you want to keep that?
Can I?
No, you gotta roll it on your.
What, you don't count Florida?
Hey,
No.
17. I'll
No,
take
so that's
it.
even
22.
better. Okay, well that's good enough. As you kick it forward, the doors open, bang loudly. Not as loud as a knock, but certainly bang loudly as they burst open. And inside, on the other side of the room, or doorway, you see. What do you see? Come on, move. Okay, here we go. You see a large room. Very large room with a passage leading away on the opposite side of the room, plus a door on the same at the same end of the room. You can remove the
This one too?
what?
The hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because you can see all the way down.
Are
and-
there windows
and-
on this floor?
Looks like there's a lot of no. You're definitely below ground level.
Oh. There are stuff over
And yeah, so you see that this appears to be a storage chamber. As there's lots of furniture, number of pieces are still piled up. Some look like they were quite valuable if repaired and cleaned.
there. All right. Smash and grab. Let's go. Let's make it quick.
I look around with my detect magic still up. Is there anything that's standing out in this room?
No magical auras in this room.
Cool.
I'm gonna stand in front of this door while they're smashing and grabbing in case anything comes out.
Yeah, I'm just going
Now that
through.
door that you're standing next to, it looks like it has taken some significant damage. It is somewhat off its hinges, but it is still as if forced closed.
I'm also gonna stand like at the corner so I can see down the hall too.
Okay.
All right, I'm taking daggers and just prying the lids off these barrels as quick as I can. Just looking what's inside. Blah, blah, blah.
Mostly moldy material of different kinds of no value.
Dwarf?
Nothing.
Empty.
Nothing.
You see stains of what might have been ale.
Anything around here that looks like it might have been valuable once?
Yeah, the furniture.
Okay. Just big piece of furniture?
Yeah, I mean some of the chairs and cabinets that are piled up in here looks like if they were cleaned up and repaired, they'd probably be worth some, 300 or 400 gold.
Tapestries on the wall or anything?
Nope.
Anything in the cabinets?
No, nothing of any value. They're all pretty much empty and then just kind of tossed here. Now there looks like there's some dishes, plates, some glassware, some that's like shattered on the floor. as if they were just thrown in here, or part of the cabinets just, some are hanging open, doors off, that sort of thing. Obviously in disrepair, everything that's piled up.
Even in disrepair, anything that looks like might be a complete dish set or something. Any set.
Not
Looking for new
complete, for
plates?
sure.
Okay, that's
you're
fine.
looking at just parts and pieces.
No, but I can make things look more expensive.
Okay, sure.
No, okay, cool. Then,
So
is
the
that
door.
a double door? Is that a door that also leads out on the far end over there?
Yeah, that's the door that is kind of off its hinges that Polaris is standing next to.
Oh, I
and
thought-
No, she's talking about
The one that leads off map.
the one on
The
the
one that leads off
end
map?
of the hall.
Or is that not supposed to be a wall? Or is
No,
that-
that's not a door. It's just part of the wall.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So this one looks like it was forced shut, or it's been tried to force open.
Yeah, it looks like it's been forced into the frame. Once off its hinges, it's kind of distorted and then forced back into the frame.
Like forced off from the inside or from the outside? Like something pushed out or
Hard
something
to
pushed in?
tell. Roll perception.
Great.
This door doesn't look good.
There we matters when I don't care. That is a 19.
From the outside, from where you are.
Okay. Something tried to force its way in and didn't, and then the door got put back on its hinges. So, is it like something tried to get in and didn't, or tried to get in and then the door?
No, it
Wouldn't that
doesn't
be
look like that
something
at all. It
butted
looks
out
like
from
looks
the
like the door
inside?
was
Yeah,
was
it looks
off.
like the
then
door was
someone
taken
put it
off
back.
and then smushed into
and then
it.
smushed in
Yeah.
from your side. Yeah, like forced into the frame.
That's weird.
So it's not on the hinges at all.
Well, I can't pick that lock.
Well, it'd be easy to kick it in.
Maybe from the other side.
Do we want to?
If it's not on the hinges at all, well, couldn't we kick it in from either side?
Well, if it was forced in from this side, then it might have to be kicked out from the inside.
I'm gonna try to kick it in from this side.
Wait, what if there's a reason the door's there?
We gotta go in either way, right?
Okay, roll
There's
an
a
athletics.
hallway. We don't have
Roll
to go
athletics.
He did.
13.
13. Blam! It's brittle enough and damaged enough that you pretty much put your foot through the door
Oh, shit! God
and,
damn
and
it!
pull it back, and
Dang it,
you've left
Bobby.
a hole.
You should have said something sooner.
Motherfucker!
So you got basically a hole, a good sized hole. Not big enough to climb. Well, maybe
Well,
Pipley can
yeah, at least
throw
Pipley
and
can skip.
push through.
You know, I'm getting really tired.
Can
Pipley
I?
size.
I'm gonna try a shoulder bash or a shield bash or something to use my hold.
Okay.
So I'm
well,
not putting the
Focal
force
point
of a
up.
foot. That'd be it.
I hope there's a
Dirty
in there,
20.
just for the
okay.
record.
So as Dahl has already weakened it significantly by putting his foot through it, the rest of it just kind of collapses and crumbles as you burst through it. And you find yourself kind of stumbling into a room
Thank you.
with
Yeah.
Like a pickle jar.
Well, if anyone was trying to get out of there, it's weak. That was easy.
with furnishings of different types that some are in okay condition, some are not in great condition, and a lot of like mold and rot that has taken over. There's a little bit of moisture in the room, but the dampness that you felt in those other two rooms has dissipated completely once you entered that next room where the furniture was all piled up. And so that has gone away. And inside here, you also see several large rats, their eyes just glittering from, what light are you carrying now? Still? Okay, so still got the dancing lights.
That's a cantrip, right? So I'm just gonna. That's probably always gonna be up.
That's fine. I
is
just
now,
want to ask,
It is
so-
now two small humanoids walking side by side with us.
But you can make one humanoid, vaguely shaped humanoid out of all of them.
So technically, can I make two?
No.
All right, fine. There's one humanoid walking in between.
All right, so then Figaro doesn't carry one like a lantern anymore.
Well,
No, that was gone a while ago.
Okay, so
remember
then
how it was eaten by the wall?
yes. All right, so then we have a vaguely shaped humanoid that is come into that you've taken into the room. So go ahead and just show me where that is on the map.
Here, put it in the room.
No, he's between us right now, so technically he's right there.
All right, so
right behind Polaris.
yeah, so illumined in the room, you can see the glittering eyes and sharp gnashing teeth of several large rats.
Why are they gnashing?
Just pieces of
They don't
wood.
have to gnash.
Well, they're gnashing. They want to gnash. They get some satisfaction out of it.
They're from Nashville.
Do we need to go into the psychology of the rat?
Maybe.
I mean, would
Okay.
you like to? I'm kind of interested in what your perspective
that
is
wasn't
on
one of the books.
psychology
Yes,
of
they are
rats.
very hungry, and they are looking at you hungrily with their beady
Boy, I
little
wish
black
this
eyes.
door wasn't open.
But there's more furniture in the room.
And there's more furniture covered
The
in
rats will be fine.
in dust and mold and mildew. It's a little bit more damp in here. You see some puddles on the
Fire
floor
rat doll.
where water is collected. Now, right now, they're just kind of like frozen with the, you guys entering the room. So you're not in a surprise situation, but they're definitely looking at you ominously.
Should we roll a
Man,
dice?
There's a gnome behind us. He's not armored.
Well,
Should we
Polaris
roll a
says to
dice
the
to
rats.
initiate anything?
We might. I want to see what you're doing with
so the
the.
light is going to walk to the side of them to, again, not obscure anyone's vision, but try to light more. of the
Okay,
room.
so yeah,
What's
so they're going to
there?
immediately.
Did they attack the light?
That's
no,
fine.
It looks like a humanoid.
They're moving away from it.
And I'm gonna, if we have time before combat starts, I'm just gonna start slapping my shield with my sword, trying to scare them.
Okay. From the other side.
They hurt
or
us at this point.
who's standing there with Polaris?
Me.
No.
Okay, so Polaris and Doll up front. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Man.
That was.
Oops. What did I just dent? I definitely dented something.
Okay. All right. So anybody above a 20?
No.
Anybody above 15?
19.
16.
Okay, so 19 from Polaris.
The 18's Pathos.
Pathos, Figaro.
Why can't they be you?
You had 16, Figaro.
He's one step for both.
Yes.
Anybody above a 10?
10 exactly.
Is Pipley?
You're.
Anybody else above a 10?
That's Palos.
Oh yeah, sorry. Fellows is 13.
You bastard. I'm assuming they were not actually all the way back there, right? Or are they?
No, we're
Okay,
gossiping,
and
Move
who else we got?
everybody.
Pathos. What's Pathos?
Pathos was 18.
Oh, 18. Oh, no. What's Dal?
8.
8? Okay.
Dal's been,
the dice.
Dal's been depressed.
Dal somehow got a +2 shield. Dal doesn't need to worry about the sword.
I wasn't talking about the sword.
Okay, 1 second.
Dal's depressed that he fell on a ladder, got covered in dirt, and then kicked a hole in a door.
Look how strong you are.
Well, when you put it that way.
you kicked a hole right through a door. You're so strong.
When you put it in that order, it
You're
is pretty
stronger than the
funny.
door itself.
You jumped like a little bit above
like your
average,
thinking.
though. That was pretty cool.
I like your thinking. You're right.
If we're arguing about
Cracked
closeness,
glass half full.
You have been a trap detecting machine.
Yeah, I'm sure I am.
Okay.
As shown by the dice curse up here.
All right, so one of the rats is fairly bold and comes rushing up to
Oh, shiz.
Polaris and
Why?
attempting
What a
to
beast.
make a bite upon your person.
Why?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
The
That
hit.
hits.
All right,
Okay.
so where the fuck are my dice? Okay, there we are. Wow, 5 points of piercing damage from the bite as it snaps at your heels, doing a little bit of damage. Okay, and that's going to bring up Polaris.
I'm gonna swing my sword at it.
Finally get to strike something.
Yeah, rats.
It's a rat.
I'll take what I can get with
It's a
you.
rat bastard is what it is.
13.
13 hits.
Yay. 9 points.
One dead rat as it slices through, and you watch as the blood that covers the blade begins to like sink into the metal and then disappear.
Why would?
Okay, I will move forward with my motion
Okay.
or my movement to block that other rat from coming in and attacking my compatriots.
All right, Pathos, you're up with Figure on deck.
Pathos will. Can Pathos move up to the next rat with 30 feet?
I don't know.
Yeah, 25 gets him here.
Pathos will heroically swing and miss. with a 8.
8 misses.
I know.
As it definitely moves out of the way.
That music startled the rat and jumped out of the way.
Jesus.
Okay.
Pathos.
Sorry, guys, my boombox went off.
Figaro.
Figaro is going to reach. Figaro is going to put me in front of Pipley.
Hey.
Don't worry, you can move through. And I'm going to throw my card at the rat facing Pathos.
Okay. Make the attack, please.
Does an 11 hit? a
No,
rat?
these are nimble little creatures. How about that?
That's crazy, bro.
I should have used a bonus action to do shit. Fucking bonus action, conjure my mage hand. I'll maybe do something with it later.
Okay, mage hand, and that's going to bring up 2 of the rats. Feeling somewhat emboldened.
We are the rats.
All right, so this is Pathos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where's the other one? Oh,
Right here.
there it is. And Doll.
At Polaris.
I mean Polaris. So,
Team PP.
well, so 11 on Polaris. Gonna miss, I think.
It misses.
7 on Pathos misses.
Yep.
And we have Fellows up.
Fellows is gonna.
The other 2 rats move on a different initiative? The other 2 rats move on a different initiative?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Fellows is gonna walk up and look at the room. Those are rats.
Yeah, no, good job. Yeah, wow.
They are very big rats.
Uh-huh, also correct.
You know, I think I like your other whiny accent
Is that your
better
action?
than this French horseshit.
Is that fellas' action just to state that they're rats?
Yes. Has he done?
Yes, yes
Nice.
it is.
Oh,
Nice.
so what I'm hearing.
1, 2 rats.
Okay, Pipley. So that room that we just went into was full of necromancy shit. I think that he's possessed.
Who?
The one that keeps speaking in a strange accent that I've never heard before. He switched
Oh,
from
the
speaking
studio
like a
is
white bitch
falling
to speaking like
down.
a Frenchman.
Yeah, you might be right. Fellows is a weird dude.
Yeah, Fellows is clearly possessed by whatever that orb, by whatever that oval was that he stood in the other room.
Hey, Pathos, when you detected evil,
I
did
was gonna say,
you
he would have gone.
see anything about Fellows? No? No, he's good.
An
He's
8,
just
an 8 on Polaris, which is gonna miss.
Just the voice.
And it brings up Pipley with Dowell on deck.
Alrighty.
Another rat. What the hell?
Pipley is gonna.
Oh, wait. Nope, still miss. Okay.
Nice. Pipley is just gonna jump to the
Back
side right
tactics,
here.
You know.
He is gonna draw with his finger 1, 2, 3, 4 circles in the air and slash across it with his staff and cast magic missile. 1 at each rat.
Wow.
You're okay.
You can cast 4?
Yeah, so second level.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go in order. So the one in front of Pathos
Mm-hmm.
takes 4 points of force damage.
Are there 4 now?
Okay.
There one I don't see.
Right here.
one by the wall.
Oh.
All right, it
Second
takes a
one-
blast, but it's still up.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna kill him with this. Second one is the one on the right side of Polaris.
Mm-hmm.
That is another 4 points of force damage.
Okay, same.
Third one is gonna be on the left side of Polaris
Mhm.
for 5 points of force damage.
Oh, still up.
Okay. And the last one takes 4 points of force damage all the way on this wall.
Okay.
So they all get blasted once. Should help in the extermination.
Yeah, so they all seem as if they've taken significant damage as they're having some difficulty regaining their feet.
When Fellows cast that, it kills things.
And that's it for Pippling?
Yeah.
Right, that brings up Dal.
And he's doing his best. He's probably scared they're the same size as him. I'm gonna move up to the other side of the rat that's fighting Pathos, which I think is 15. Gonna swing at it for a 12.
Oh, no.
12 misses.
No, it
Alright.
nimbly moves away. Dexterous
wait.
creatures.
The other side of Pathos, I meant
Oh.
flanking, with a 14 hit.
Sorry.
With flanking.
14 does hit.
Okay. That's gonna be 6 points of damage.
6 points. Okay, so after the damage that has already been done, you slice through it, destroying the
Good
creature.
job, Pipley.
Squishing and guts splattering everywhere. Okay, and that brings us to the top of the round with Polaris. And Pathos on deck.
Polaris will swing at the one closest to the wall.
Okay.
He misses.
Okay.
Thought you were sharp. He thinks to the sword.
He thinks to the sword.
It just ignores you. That brings up Pathos with Figaro on deck.
Pathos is going to charge forward to the rat against the wall. Swing at that one. Hitting a 24
Yeah, that hits.
I can't even see it.
for 14 points of damage.
Okay, as you completely obliterate that creature, all that's left is a little bit of some fur pieces and teeth.
In Pelo's name! Heretical rats!
Good job, Knight.
Now you hear the sword respond. Good God.
That'll be it for Pathos.
Okay, so Figaro with
There's-
rat on deck.
Are there
With
two
rat
rats?
on deck.
Yeah.
Then I'll go to the rat on the right, or on the far wall.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere. The rat on the far wall.
All right.
Can that rat make an intelligence saving throw, DC 12?
You can try.
Yeah.
What are you doing to a rat? Just throw a
Holy
card.
shit.
Did it succeed?
Intelligence?
Yeah.
13.
Bruh.
Even with all the negatives.
Silvery barbs. No, you don't let me. I can't take silvery barbs because it's not on your spell list.
No.
That's okay. Then,
No.
I have nothing.
Okay. All right. Okay, so the rats get to do something. The last two rats.
Are attacking the same guy.
How about that? So basically what they're doing is there's
Rat tactics.
a hole over here in the corner. I'm only telling you that now because that's where they're running after they make their attack. So, wow. 24s. Two 24s.
They both hit.
You mean the disease, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the first does 5 points of piercing, and the second does 4 points of piercing. And they run. So you'll have opportunity attack on one of them as they run to the corner.
Pick your least favorite.
Would
Pathos get an attack?
Pathos get an attack of opportunity? Because technically he's there because he can't see the wall.
Well,
so technically he's in this square.
Okay.
Because the rat was there.
Not on this one, but he would on that one.
Okay.
Well, the one against the wall that I swung at last time is the one I'm swinging at again
Okay.
this time.
Do you taste rat blood?
18.
Yes.
18 hits.
Fuck off.
6.
6, okay. And so slicing through that one, literally cleaving it in half, and you feel joy as the emotion from the sword.
All right.
Pathos with a 24
That
will
hits.
do 10 points of damage.
And
to
that
the rat.
obliterates the other one.
go, dude.
And just as quickly, you guys have smashed through five giant rats. Now, there's lots of rat guts everywhere, should you choose to harvest.
Hipley's eyes, well, already pitch black, seem just a little wider right now.
Oh, now nobody wants to do harvesting. Okay.
All right, smash and grab.
And again, this room looks like it's been chewed through. The furniture
I'll watch the door.
is in awful condition. Mold, mildew, it's just not worth anything.
Feels like you might have gone through the loop chamber before.
My human goes out
and
at
as
that
we make
point.
our way up, it's like
Son of a bitch.
Getting worse and worse. Well, I check drawers real quick. Like I'm not being real in depth with it. Just opening drawers if I see anything.
Okay, yeah, you can make an
Yeah.
investigation.
I'm also looking through.
All right,
the-
anybody that wants to?
Oh, you just good.
18.
My fingers again.
Nice.
18, and what did Figaro roll?
That is a 23.
23, wow.
I like metal dice today.
Yeah, it's,
I figure it's probably gonna be nothing. I'd like to be sure that
there's
there's
nothing of any value in this room at all
Yep,
that you
I
find.
think so.
It's
All right, clear.
it's a
Let's
mess.
move on.
Okay. This door looks kind of hanging off its hinges. Is that a thing, or is that just the
Magnets
Model.
being fun.
No, it's just a model. It
just the latch?
yeah, it has a latch. It's not locked. It doesn't even have a lock mechanism.
All right. I open it.
Okay, it swings open easily and opens up into a hallway.
Yoink.
And you can see that there's a door across the hallway, but there's nothing in the hallway. Nobody's in the hallway. It looks like nothing has really passed through here in some time, although there's not a lot of dust on the floor here. And you don't have that, again, the dampness has disappeared.
I have walked out with him and brought 3 globules.
I'm
of
Always
Rachel.
go to the left.
Okay. Yep, so there you see that it turns a corner going back toward the storage
tell
chamber,
that from
and then
here.
there's that door.
I'm going to walk down the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you see
Long hallway here, guys.
a long hallway.
Where?
Oh. Oh, we've been.
Welcome back.
That goes where we were.
All right, that makes sense.
Want to take a look at this room?
Well, do we want to look at this hallway before we go into other rooms?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
I'll look around this corner.
Okay, you
imagine
see a
you
couple other
genuinely
doors,
stepped
one on the
over.
right, one on the left, and a second one on the right. So two down on the right, one on the left.
Doll, Pathos. We got multiple doors here.
I vote for the room that's in that corner. That's the 2 doors going towards it.
Let's
Or at
just-
least that one room. Like the one room at the top.
Well,
This?
Yeah, let's go in
technically, we
order.
don't know
Yeah,
that
we
the
don't.
both
That's what I
doors
was going
lead
to
to the
say.
same.
We like go to the room at the top, then we go to the room at the bottom, and then we do the 2 bottom doors.
So I would guesstimate it's probably around noon at this point. You don't have any windows. You have no access to the outside that you've seen so far from this level,
Right.
giving the impression that you are still below ground, but higher than the subterranean area where you just came up from. So this door is it's got a lock mechanism,
Wait,
keyhole.
what is this door?
Latch.
The first one at the corner of the hallway?
Right
Okay.
where Figaro is standing.
No, you know.
Okay, we'll take Figaro and Dollar there.
All right. So what are you guys gonna do?
Check. I'm not going to check for traps this time. I'm going to check for lock.
Okay.
The roads.
You're going to check for lock?
You're gonna try and unlock.
Can't you just look?
I'm going to check for unlocking. I'm going
Okay.
to I would like to roll to pick the lock.
Okay. Go right ahead. I think I understood that.
This one was trapped.
14.
100%.
Yeah, this is the one that's trapped.
Yeah. So
It explodes.
it's similar to the other lock that you were able to, but that was going to roll. That you hear the lock tumble, and you can, you feel the looseness of the door.
Right. This one's unlocked. Someone else want to go through?
No, go for it.
I'll go.
I'll watch.
You.
I'll watch the hall if you want to check it, Doll.
I'll push the door open.
And I'll go right.
Yeah, the door easily opens. And as you do so, opening up to find a completely empty room,
I already see something.
except for
Yep.
a chest and what appears to be a some sort of a combat dummy. But more important, and steps leading up. But more importantly, are the 3 ghastly creatures that are immediately on the inside of the door, awaiting your entry, and they fall upon you with claw
I closed the door.
and nails and teeth sharpened, long tongues glistening in the light, and that's what we'll pick up next time.
Ah, god damn it! Figaro!
I feel sasatisfied.
What
with
if,
my
like,
me.
choices.
we just pulled
Ghastly
an all-nighter?
creatures, ghouls,
What?
and
What if we
gas.
just pulled an all-nighter?